This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane, Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmith in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business, car key replacements, and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by HialeahParkCasino.com. Enjoy simulcast racing, dining, a magnificent poker room, and a casino with the most popular machines on the market. OKCoin.com. Download the app on iOS, Google Play, or Windows. OKCoin.com with over 50 different coins and incredible staking rewards. Pallet Rack City. There's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. OK Coin is one of the largest fiat to crypto trading platforms in the world. Founded in 2013, OK Coin offers advanced features for crypto beginners and high-volume traders alike, enabling users in 184 countries worldwide. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good morning. Welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll on a beautiful Monday, a difficult weekend. Sports-wise, really tough, man. Really, really tough. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a lot of things going on in the world of sports. It's a hell of a weekend with F1. Marlins played. Inter Miami played, obviously the Heat and the Panthers, which we'll probably talk a lot about today and be disappointed a lot about it today, and we'll get to all of that. So one hell of a weekend. It was fun to watch the F1 experience. I thought that was actually really, really cool to watch the F1 experience. So I enjoyed that. Excuse me. By the way, I bad weekend for me too, in one sense, because one of the things that happens to me like I would say once a year, is I end up with a cold. So Friday night, I have these things. Murias Dental, who straightened out my teeth and did phenomenal job. They're just great people over there in Hialeah. And they give me these retainers that I wear at night. And it's really cool because I don't know why it's a habitual thing or something while I'm sleeping. But if you have the retainers, I don't know, but my teeth end up like closed most of the time. So my mouth is closed. So I have a tendency that every once in a while, because I have to cover my mouth, I have these two giant fans blowing in my face because I love to sleep like that. It's just one of those things. I can't help it. I'm sure some of you do the same thing. And but if I leave my mouth open and that wind is just hitting me, it's over, dude. It's over. So I didn't feel good on the fights on Saturday. So I left a little early after that. That's because on Friday it started to catch up to me on Saturday. So it was just one of those things. So I've got a little bit of a cold that I'm going to go through, I guess. I don't know if it sounds bad right now. I mean, it's not like it's dominating me or anything like that, but it's in there. I can tell that I got a little bit of it. The Nature Bee will help me kind of clear it up quickly. So I'm sure in a couple of days it'll be out of my system. But no, and it's not COVID. So I tested myself yesterday and the day before, actually. I tested 2 days in a row. just to make sure for the hell of it, but it's not COVID. Even though I'm sure I've had COVID. I mean, by now we've all pretty much have had it at one point or another. We didn't even notice it, and especially because most of us are now vaccinated and boosted and all that. So it goes through our systems a lot easier. But no, it wasn't that, which it would have been, okay, that would have been the norm. But yeah, it's just one of those. I hate it. But what are you going to do, right? We'll get through it. It is what it is. And we'll battle through it. All right. Anyway, so if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, that's 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. DMB says, Big O, are we at the point where we need to see if Duncan can average his underwhelming play? We have been shooting poorly. There are two lazy takes coming out of the Miami Heat loss. One is Spo got out coached, and two, Duncan Robinson. They can't play defense. So where's Duncan going to help you there? So drop that. And Spo didn't get out coached. Spo has no answers for Embiid. And you saw that there was a moment where, when you had Bam on him and he started picking up a bunch of fouls. And that's why he can't even put Bam on him the entire time. Here's the question I have for all of you right now. Are we in the middle of the fraudulent season? Is this the fraudulent season? Are the Panthers and the Miami Heat frauds? That's the question I want to know. And you know what? The Panthers and the Heat, they need to look in the mirror. Are you frauds or what? I mean, the Panthers, you're the number 1 seed in the NHL, the entire league. And you're down 2-1 to Washington. Looking like a team that is punking out in the first round. And, man, I thought they were over that hump. God, I was convinced that, okay, they finally got over the hump. This is not going to be the same old Panthers, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. And as for the Miami Heat, well, you got punched in the mouth by the Sixers. You're soft. That's what happened to the Heat. I thought the Heat had some tough guys. I thought they were mentally and physically ready for this kind of a battle. I got to give the Sixers some credit. They're tougher than I thought. They have no answer for Embiid. And Bam Adebayo cannot cover Embiid. And let's just say it like what it is. Okay? Bam Adebayo is a very good player. He'll never be an elite player. Ever. He doesn't have the mindset to be elite. He is a passive player. And so he's a guy you cannot count on to be aggressive night in and night out. So are we headed for the fraudulent season? Because that's what this is turning into between the Heat and the Panthers. You're turning into frauds. You lose against the Sixers, you're frauds. Panthers, you lose against the Capitals, you're an enormous fraud. Like I said with the Panthers, they're working on joining the 86 Canes as the biggest choke job in the history of South Florida sports, because there is no bigger choke job than the 86 Canes losing to Penn State. No bigger choke job. None. Nada. Nay. Not even close. The Canes from 86, who, by the way, I feel is the best team the Canes have ever had, by the way. That's how crazy it is. But, unfortunately, they own the biggest choke job in the history of South Florida sports. And right now, the Panthers are working on, I don't know if it's tying, beating, or B, like close second or something like that, 1A, 1B. But they're right up there. It's right up there if they lose. And by the way, Sean, what did I say before this series started about the Capitals? Did you know? Because I guess, you may not have known. You didn't listen to me the first time around. They're 27-14 on the road this year. I'm sorry. I'm reading the Sixers are also, by the way, a great road team, which is what I pointed out. They are 25-10-6. The Capitals. They're a really good road team. And so are the Sixers, by the way. 27-14 on the road, 24-17 at home. These are not the kind of teams you want to, fall behind or tied or anything like that. They play really good on the road. So the question is this the fraudulent season? Because, man, this is turning out to be as fraudulent as it gets. Pretty gross. And I got, like I said on Saturday, props to the Sixers. Dead ass wrong there. First of all, I didn't even think Embiid would play on Friday, remember? I didn't think they'd even risk it. And to his credit, dude is a tough sumbitch. Came out there playing and has dominated. And they have no answer for him. The fraudulent season. Don't forget 1-800-ALARM-ME. You can get a free doorbell camera from Sloman's. Tell them that the Big O radio show sent you right now. First 40 Big O listeners, free doorbell camera. And, of course, it connects to your smartphone. And when you use our low-cost central station monitoring, you're going to get the LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. So protect your home, protect your business. Call Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME. You know what Bam reminds me of? Follow me on this. He reminds me of a young Jason Taylor. Not the later on veteran Jason Taylor that became a Hall of Famer. Not that guy, because he's not a Hall of Famer. But I remember Jason early on as a skinny kid coming out of Akron. And he had to build up his body. And the first couple of years, they would run right at him and they'd push him aside. And he got banged up a couple times during the first couple of years. Also, not serious injuries, but he missed a little time here or there. Not a lot, but got banged up because obviously he was a little light on the shorts. Then all of a sudden, I want to say it was somewhere between years 3 and 4, Jason Taylor's body matured, and all of a sudden, he became a much stronger dude. A guy that can push tackles aside at times, a guy that became good against the run, all of those things, could shed blocks, all of that stuff. Bam kind of reminds me of that. He reminds me of that undersized center that still has not gotten to that point where he is strong enough to take on a freak like Joel Embiid, and maybe he never will. But then he also doesn't possess Alonzo Mourning, to give you another guy. And Alonzo Mourning is one of the greatest undersized centers of all time. And we're talking about at a time, not like now, at a time when there were redwood trees. And Alonzo Mourning was an elite defender as an undersized center. He could block shots on anyone in the NBA. Great anticipatory skills, great in blocking the shot and keeping it inbound for his teammates. So it wasn't like, okay, you blocked and put it in the third row, but you gave it back to them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Pat Ewing against Villanova in the championship game. First couple of shots, he put it out in the fourth row, but you're giving it back. So Zoe was exceptional at all of that. Bam has not ever gotten to that point. I don't know if he ever will. He's nowhere near Alonzo Mourning, and they're both undersized. But he also plays in a league that is not nearly as big as the one Zoe played in. And yet he's 5 years in, and that body still isn't where it needs to be to hold up against a guy like Embiid and hold your own, let's just say. Because Alonzo Mourning's undersized, but I guarantee you he would hold up better against a guy like Embiid. So my point is, and I know he had 21 points yesterday and, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, but he had 4 fouls. That's why you can't put him on Embiid the entire time. And the coach knows it because he'd lose him. And you need him for everything else because he facilitates, he sets picks. He's a terrific all-around player. But let's be honest, he's not elite. And right now they need elite next to Jimmy. Yesterday, it was Jimmy pretty much that showed up. No one else showed up. No one else showed cojones. And you start looking at what's going on with Lowry too. It's not a good situation for the Miami Heat. And Bam Adebayo, they're paying you max money. Maybe the Miami Heat slightly overpaid here. And they had no choice. But what you need right now from Bam, you're not getting it. What you need from the rest of the team, you're not getting it. And Duncan Robinson wasn't going to save jack shit yesterday. You don't even know if he was going to make his shots anyways. But it didn't matter. He would be an enormous liability on the court. I'll tell you what. Caleb Martin didn't play much. You need defense. That's the guy that, if you want to play somebody, it's not Duncan, it's Caleb. He can make threes, but he can also defend. Something Duncan can't do. So that there was a lot of issues there. But I look at Bam Adebayo, and he's not what you're paying him to be. Very good player, but not an elite player. Mm-hmm. All right. What else do we have going on the program? Devin Jordan, thank you, sir, for a little love on the super chat. I appreciate it. Good morning, Big O. All I got to say is Tuesday is a must-win game, plain and simple. Every game is a must-win game for them. Everyone now at this point. Oh, they lose tomorrow, the series is over. Well, I wouldn't say over, but they put themselves in a terrible spot. The one that's over is the Panthers. If they lose tonight, it's over for them. They go down 3-1. They're not coming back from this. They're not tough enough. That's the one thing we've learned from the Panthers. We didn't know, man. The Panthers are really talented, but it's like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And we don't know how the Panthers are going to respond when they get punched in the face. And they've gotten punched in the face and they've wilted. So, we're going to find out a lot about the Panthers tonight. I've been saying it, right? This is legacy moments for Huberdeau, Barkov, and Ekblad. And they need to step up. There's some bad contracts here. There's bad contracts involved in a lot of these situations. One, the Bob contract is a disgrace. It's been a disgrace from day one, unfortunately. And it's not their fault. They thought it was going to be a good move. He was an awesome goalie at that moment, and he is not an awesome goalie anymore. That's all. And it's kind of like Bam. Let's stop waiting for Bob to be Bob from 4 years ago. That's never going to happen again. And please, let's stop asking, Bam Adebayo to become a superstar. He'll never be a superstar. It's not in him. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you can see in Bam. It's not in him. He has no desire to be a sumbitch the entire time. But Bob, bad contract. Kyle Lowry, a terrible contract. I'm not a big fan of the Butler contract because I worry about those contracts on the back end. And this, like I said, this is the year where you want to take advantage of these guys because as they get older and those salaries, they will become albatrosses. And to Jimmy's credit, he breaks down, but he finds a way to get on the court in key moments and help out. And yesterday, he was the only stud. But you look at Kyle Lowry, here's a guy that doesn't take care of himself because he doesn't. And you've got a few more years at that salary. And you don't even know if he's going to play again in this series. That doesn't help you at all. And he's never been a conditioning guy. It's weird how this team would bend over backwards to change their ways on conditioning with everybody except that guy. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll have a serious conversation with him and say, hey, Kyle, I know you've been who you are your whole career, but we needed you now and you couldn't come through. Your body's breaking down. You got to take care of yourself. You can't keep living, through the drive-thrus like the rest of us. These are bad contracts, and they've got to take advantage of them right now. Because on the back end, Kyle Lowry's not going to get any younger or any healthier, and neither is Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler has to carry your ass right now. Man, he was a stud yesterday. Only guy that showed up. But some of these bad deals, these are the windows now. And if you can't get over the hump right now and you fail against Philadelphia, the Panthers are young, but if you fail here against Washington in the first round after the season you've had, how could you ever trust the Panthers again? Like this group. Think about that. Like, how much more forward do you go with everybody else? Or how many changes do you make? Or how many more excuses do we make for them? You can't lose this series if you're the Panthers. And if you lose tonight and you're down 3-1 and Washington is really good on the road, don't give me this shit that, two of the next three are in Florida. That doesn't matter anymore. It's really disappointing to see what's going on with the Heat and what's going on with the Panthers, especially the Panthers. Oh, my God. The Heat have excuses. Lowry's old and got a bunch of miles on him and broken down. Bam, we keep asking for the unrealistic. And all of a sudden, the Heat didn't play defense yesterday or the last couple games. And they've put themselves in this position. Because that's the other thing that has been uncharacteristic of this team is their defense or lack thereof. Pretty weak on behalf of the Miami Heat. I'd expect better than that, to be quite honest. By the way, with the playoffs going on, F1, Marlins, Inter Miami, the Canelo fight, you got all kinds of things going on. And Liquor Split is right there with you. It is Miami's liquor store. And all you got to do, folks, is get ready to tap that app. That's what it's all about. Don't you love tapping that app? I know I love tapping that app, man. It's all about that. Yes, exactly. When you tap that app,
sizzling.
It is sizzling, baby. And all you got to do, iOS or Android, search Liquor Split, download the app, and a $2.99 flat fee. That's right. I don't want you drinking and driving. So you ran out of beer, call Liquor Split. You ran out of a little wine, call Liquor Split. You ran out of vodka, call Liquor Split. You ran out of some whiskey, some tequila, call Liquor Split. You want some snacks? You tap that app.
Hey, Big O. Tell them about our packages.
Well, they've got all kinds of packages. That's why we want you to go on to the website. Check it out, liquorsplit.com. Download the app. You can get all kinds of packages of snacks and drinks, and even my favorite energy drink, Edge. You can use it as an elixir with a little bit of that vodka, a little bit of that rum. That's what I'm telling you, man. So check it out. $2.99 flat fee, no hidden fees. $1 of it goes to helping homelessness in Miami. Tap that app. Yes. Liquor Split. All right. Speaking of that, we will have Anthony Chiang with our Liquor Split matchup. Our Liquor Split Miami Heat report coming up at the bottom of the hour. Like, if the Marlins already don't make us suffer enough, Alfaro's walk-off yesterday was devastating. Yeah, it is what it is. Give up a 2-0 lead. It sucks, man. It's, the Marlins, we kind of know what they are. You don't really expect much from them. And you'd only be lying to yourself, or you'd be foolish if you actually were expecting any more out of that, to be quite honest. So what can I tell you? But, they lose yesterday. The Padres lose 3 of 4, I believe, to the Padres. They're 13-15 now, 7-8 on the road. Tonight they start a set against the D-backs. Alistair Hernandez, by the way, is rocking and rolling with Iron Maiden. Yeah, his ERA is the number of the beast, 6.66. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button right there. Got over 200 people watching. Please smash the like button. If you're if you're listening to the podcast, please smash the like button. Very, very important. Still 4 games to go. Panthers could show up, but I'm a Caps fan from the DMV, so I hope not. Yeah, I'm concerned with the Panthers, and I'm concerned with the Heat, man. I'm watching 2 teams get punched in the mouth and not responding, especially the Panthers. Really, really disappointing. This would be a monster choke job by the Panthers. AH360, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, we've got some weak-looking number 1 seeds. Oh, dare I say what I haven't said in years. Can't wait for the Dolphins. Yep. Can't wait for the Dolphins. Dolphins and Canes, by the way. I'm with you there. The O is back in town. Yes, we were back in town on Friday. Hell, we did 2 shows on Friday. Had a long-ass Friday. Then got sick. Crazy. You forget to wear the damn mouthpiece and you pay the damn price for it. It's just not fair. By the way, don't forget, you can reach out to us on the Welt and Rayom text line. That's 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. The Welt and Rayom text line. And if you are looking for a law firm for bankruptcy, maybe property damage like us, condo damage, criminal defense, personal injury, commercial litigation, business owners' claims, please call the great people at Welt and Rayom here in South Florida, and they will take care of you. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rayom. The Marlins, who the hell are the Marlins? What Harry Carey once said. Yeah. Is it football season yet? No, it's not, sir. But I will tell you this. My God, can you imagine if the Heat and the Dolphins do get eliminated now? Oh, God. That leaves us with baseball and soccer. And they're both bad. And let me tell you something. For me personally, I pull a little extra for the Heat. For the Panthers and for Inter. Because those are 2 sports that are, fringe sports, and they're trying. But obviously, one's got a really good chance in the Panthers, but obviously I don't know what the hell's going on. And this would be devastating for them to have the kind of season they've had If they let people down next year, they will not be trusted at all. And nobody will take the regular season serious anymore. And they'll say, big deal. You guys choke in the playoffs, whether you're the 8th or 7th seed or the 1st seed. Doesn't matter. So it's going to be a bad look for the Panthers. And for Inter, man, Jorge Mas is a good dude. He means well. He wants to win. And obviously, they've made so many mistakes, and now they've got to overcome it. But God, I really want those kind of sports in soccer and hockey to really succeed in this town, but they've got to do their part, man, to win people over. And if you don't show people that you can win, it's tough in this town. It's tough. This would be see, the Heat have won titles. So, yeah, it'll be disappointing and it'll suck if they get eliminated by the Sixers, but they've accomplished so much as an organization, whereas hockey hasn't accomplished anything. And if you have this exit, oh, dude, you will lose all those people that are fringe fans that maybe you could have won over. You'll never win them over. Sucks. Really sucks. All right, give me a couple minutes here. Let me take a quick break. We'll come back. Get ready for Anthony Chiang and a little Miami Heat and our liquor split Miami Heat report.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Let's tap into the latest with the Miami Heat and our Liquor Split app Miami Heat reports with insider Anthony Chiang. Liquor Split is Miami's own online liquor store. Download, then tap the app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split. Here's Anthony Chiang.
There he is, Sir Anthony Chiang. How are you doing, sir? Good morning.
Good morning, Big O. How are you?
I am doing great, a lot better than the Miami Heat at this point in time. We got problems, dude. We got problems. And listen, I'm not into this whole, we should have played Duncan. He can't play defense. I would have played Caleb Martin more than Duncan, and he can play defense. But I still don't think one guy was going to make a difference. They couldn't defend.
Right.
And it wasn't about not shooting enough. And, Bam had 21 points, but it's still kind of, a quiet 21. And we really can't see him up against Embiid the entire time because he'll foul out right away. As you saw that at times when they had him on, he picked up those fouls. So, this whole thing, Spo got out coached. No, I just don't think Spo has any answers for Embiid. So I ask you, how in the hell do they get out of this? Because I just don't, I don't know if, I don't see the toughness, and I don't see the answers in stopping Embiid right now.
Look, this is a different series than the last time we spoke. Joel Embiid changes things dramatically. Before this series, when we didn't know of Joel's injury, I thought it would be a 7-game series. I think this is a very competitive series when both teams are healthy. But I think the simple answer here, and I don't know if you agree with this, Big O. I know it sounds simple, but I think it would make a huge difference. Is to make more threes. They're shooting an uncharacteristic percentage from three. I mean,
but you got to defend too, dude. You got to defend.
They got to defend, but in game 3, they allowed 90. In game 3, they allowed 99 points. I mean, that's in the playoffs against a quality offense with 2 top, offensive players.
Good.
That's not bad. Last night, not great. James Harden got hot. He hit, more of his step back threes. Philly is shooting almost 50%, 48.5% from 3 in the last 2 games.
All 5 guys in double figures, bro. Where Miami had 2 guys in double figures.
Yeah, they're shooting the ball well. The Heat, again, they were the best 3-point shooting team in the regular season percentage-wise. Last 2 games, 21.5%. These last 2 games have been among their worst 3-point shooting performances of the year.
And by the way, it's not like they're all contested or anything.
No,
like
and
that.
exactly. So
they're open shots.
Right. Sure, Philly's making it tougher with Joel Embiid out there. They can play more aggressive on the perimeter. They're taking away the corner threes, which what Miami loves, those corner threes. They haven't shot many of them the last 2, but they're still getting quality looks, ones they usually hit. And look, despite all that, if they shoot just 30% on threes the last 2 games, they might win one of those games. They were in both of them. I know it turned out to be double-digit losses, but it was a possession game early in the fourth quarter in both of those games. So I think it's pretty simple. They got to start hitting threes. If they shoot 21% on threes for the rest of the series, there's nothing they can do. They will lose the series. So I think that's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing, and it sounds a little simplistic, but maybe it's the best way to attack these guys. You can't stop Embiid, dude. Bam's not the guy. He's not at that level to stop him, and he's not even Alonzo Mourning. And Alonzo Mourning was an undersized defensive stud, okay, which Bam is not. Bam is not a guy like that. He's not going to be blocking shots left and right. It's just not who he is. You know what I mean? So let Embiid get his thing. But, man, you've got to do better at defending everybody else. And if Caleb Martin is going to – dude, I've had burps longer than Caleb Martin's played yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to spend your fouls, bro. But get your ass on Maxey and Harden and all. Stop everybody else. You can't stop Embiid, but you have to stop everybody else. Is that the better way to focus it?
I mean, look, the Heat are going to play defense the way they played all year. They played Philly the same way pretty much the entire season when Joel Embiid's in there. They're going to front them with whoever's there in their guardian, whether it's PJ Tucker and Bam Adebayo, and they're going to bring help from the back line of the defense whenever he gets a post pass and just try to make it tough on him. And Embiid did play well, but he had 9 points after the first quarter. It's not like he had a huge game. He scored 15 in the first quarter, and then 9 points the rest of the game, which I think most of those came on free throws because he had a good amount of free throws there in the final 3 quarters. Yeah. So they held him for Embiid Sanders. They held him in check. It was James Harden. It was a 3-point shooting that hurt the Heat last night. And Embiid has a factor in that because he does draw so much attention inside. So it is tough.
And he facilitates too. He opens it up for them.
Yeah, it opens it up. So I see what you're saying, but I think, Philly shot the ball really well these last 2 games. They're not going to shoot 50% from 3 for a sustained stretch. So I think you hope that a lot of those threes that were going in Philly don't go in Miami. A lot of this comes down to shooting. Like, I know it's not a sexy explanation, but it really is a quote-unquote make-or-miss league. It just is. And the 76ers made a lot more shots than the Heat did. It was a different story in Game 1 and 2. In Game 1 and 2 in Miami, it was Philly that was shooting 21.9% on threes in those two games, and the Heat were shooting well. It just completely flipped, and obviously the results flipped. So I don't think the Heat should overreact right now to what happened in the last two games. I think, again, if they make more of those shots that they got in games 3 and 4, the result could be different. They could be up 3-1 right now. It just comes down to hitting those shots. I think that's kind of what it is.
But okay, would you change anything defensively in the rotation to get better on the perimeter? Is my point. Like Caleb Martin, why?
Yeah.
That's the guy I would play. You know, I think it's lazy to think Duncan when he hasn't been consistent enough to bail you out as it is offensively. Yeah. But then on top of all that, he's a liability defensively. So I want Caleb Martin out there more. You know what I mean? So what adjustments would you make on the perimeter side of all of this?
I mean, that's one thing, but I think the bigger adjustment for me would be to not switch off Embiid as much. I know Bam picked up in foul trouble. That's a problem if you keep Bam on him most of the game.
Yeah,
but you hope that Dedmon's in. You hope that Dedmon is in there in Game 5 and he can play some minutes to take some of those fouls. But I think the switching of every action where Strus is on Embiid down low, and the Heat are at a huge disadvantage, or Kyle Lowry's on Embiid down low because the Heat switched. I think that's something that you have to look at. And in the second half, they did switch less. Bam spent a lot more time on Embiid. They picked up fouls, so that's the problem. Bam's gonna have to do it without fouling.
That's the problem about all of this is that he's not crafty enough to be able to defend without fouling.
Yeah.
And Embiid knows that he can get him into foul trouble, so he gets him into foul trouble. And that's where, when I look at Bam, I don't know, man. I wish he would. He's got Zoe there, bro. But maybe he's just not Zoe. It's just,
he's a different
so good as an undersized center.
Yeah.
And by the way, he played in an era of giants.
Yeah.
And he was elite.
Bam is a different type of defensive player.
Right.
I would say he's. Right. I know you think this blasphemy, Big O. I think Bam is a better defensive player than Zoe. He's not a shot blocker.
Not in the paint. Not in the paint.
That's not. He's not a shot blocker. He's not even as close to good of a shot blocker as Zoe. But he will stay in front of you. He's quick enough. He's versatile.
Yes.
That's
perimeter,
his strength. And even against Embiid on the perimeter, he can bother him. But he's going to have to do without fouling. I mean, he's considers himself the defensive player of the year. He was 4th in the running. He's going to be all defense whenever that's announced. He has to take on this challenge, and he has to do it without fouling, and he has to spend more time on Embiid. I don't think that he can switch as much as they have the last few games, and have a mismatch consistently with a smaller player on Joel in the paint. That's just not a formula for success. So I think Bam is going to have to spend more time in Embiid. They're going to have to switch less with him, which is unlike the Heat. They like switching Bam. That's the biggest part of their defense. But I think Bam's going to take the challenge and really try to slow him down moving forward.
Some guys say, no, that your Saban should be in the backup. I don't think so. Although I will say this, I would love your Saban to play the Michael Pittman role. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're saying there. I know what you're saying.
Hammer, yeah, bro. Spread 6 freaking chops. You know what I mean? And then get the hell out, kid.
6 fouls.
Just
6 fouls in 2 minutes.
Yes. Just hammer the crap out of Embiid a bunch of times and all that, just to wear him out a little bit. But that's about the only thing. It's just right. They don't have an answer for him, dude.
No, and nobody does. I mean, nobody does. He's arguably he was a scoring champion this season as a center. I guess Jokic is in win MVP. I guess we learned that this morning, but Embiid was probably second in voting. Nobody has an answer.
You're going to need traditional centers, the guys I grew up with, to cover Embiid.
And even then, he's so skilled that in my
no, but Olajuwon, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, there are certain guys that in the history of the game could be with him there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And give him trouble. But the guys in today's NBA, nobody's built like that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Those guys.
It's tough. You got to hope the guys around him. If you have Embiid and the people around him are shooting 50% on threes,
Yeah.
At that point, that's not great. You're going to probably lose that game more often than not. So you have to hope those around him, like Harden, for instance, when he scores 16 points in the fourth quarter, hits tough shots. I mean, some of those shots, they were contested. It's almost like you just throw your hands up and say, that's James Harden hitting a contested shot. But other ones, the Heat gave up some open looks that they just can't do, when you have Embiid in the paint.
Yeah, it's been ugly, man. What are you working on there in the Miami Herald so folks can check you out, my man?
Well, to go along with our conversation, I have a story going up shortly on the Heat's poor three-point shooting, how uncharacteristic it is, kind of maybe the different shots they got, how the 76ers are because I think part of it is the Heat missing shots, but I also think the 76ers have done a pretty good job taking away some of the looks Miami's used to. So just a deep dive into that and how important that will be moving forward, obviously, for the Heat to need to make more threes. And also Kyle Lowry. We're going to be awaiting that update around 5:30 tonight of whether he could play.
I wasn't big on that contract, but I thought that contract would be a bad contract on the back end. I didn't think it'd be a bad contract in the first year. Holy crap.
Bad timing for this injury.
But by the way, how does a team that demands everybody to be in shape did not do it with him? And if this ends up like this where he breaks down, do they tell him in the offseason, hey, sorry, dude, you got to get back into shape and you got to be in a Heat shape. You're not in Heat shape. I'm just wondering because as you get older, carrying more weight is not a good thing. Yeah. Trust me, I know this.
Yeah, and for the most part, before this injury, he's been healthy all season. I think he had only missed one game because of an injury all year before this hamstring.
Yeah, all that stuff was personal, actually.
All the other stuff was personal issues or sick or, he had only missed one game because of an injury. Just bad timing. He's never had a soft tissue injury before in his career. But he is getting older, like you said. So maybe this is a wake-up call for him. But, he's been able to stay relatively healthy for most of his career, and especially this season. It's just really, really bad timing for this hamstring injury because hamstrings are tough. I mean, as we see, they're unless you're fully recovered, you could tweak it again very quickly.
Anthony, one of the things that I talked about going into this series for the Panthers and for the Miami Heat, they're playing against two teams that happen to be very good on the road. Mm-hmm. Sixers are 27-14. The Capitals are 25-10-6 on the road. So that's the other challenge for the Heat that we talk. Oh, well, they're coming back home. Well, be careful. Sixers are pretty good on the road. And now with Embiid, you wonder.
It's not guaranteed. And as game 5, it's not a must win for either team because, it's the best of 3 at this point. But that's going to be whoever wins that game. That's a big one. That's a big one. So they're going back home to Miami. You play for home court. The Heat has an advantage. They're favored in the game, but it's not guaranteed against a really good 76ers team that has Joel Embiid back.
This could turn out to be the fraudulent season between the Heat and the Panthers. That's scary stuff, dude. One's a number 1 seed in the conference. The other's the number 1 seed overall, and you don't go far in the playoffs. Bad luck.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. Let's see what happens in the next few days. But
I'm just saying, but that's what you want to avoid, is what I'm saying.
For sure.
That's what you want to avoid. And the Panthers are in a bigger hole than the Heat.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. Because we're talking about a first-round exit here.
Yeah, and they already lost the home game. Right.
Yeah, they already lost the home game. So not good. We'll see tonight what they're made of. Because if they go down 3-1, like I told you, the Capitals are really good on the road. They already stole one on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, be bad. All right, Anthony. Good stuff, my brother. Appreciate you.
Always, Big O. Thank you. See you in a couple days.
Thank you. Yes, sir. That is Anthony Chiang and our liquor split Miami Heat report.
You're now tapped into the latest with the Miami Heat. This has been the Miami Heat Liquor Split Report with insider Anthony Chiang. Download the Liquor Split app and enjoy your favorite drinks at wholesale prices. Delivered right to your door in minutes with a flat fee of $2.99. VIP lifestyle without the VIP prices. Tap that app. with Liquor Split.
Shooting, I see Franklin Valverde saying shooting is the problem. Shooting is not the only problem, dude. They're not defending. Stop being lazy, guys. Look at the damn game. They can't defend. So it's not just about shooting. And there's no way Duncan Robinson bails you out at all yesterday because he's going to give up more than what he makes. So yesterday, the team lost the game. They had no edge, bro. They had no defense. And that defense would also turn their offense around. If they would actually play some defense, turn some balls over, get some missed shots, get some rebounds, get out in the open court, that would also ignite their offense. But if you don't play defense, you're not going to be able to generate any offense. So that's really what it is. Those guys got their asses kicked yesterday. They got their crap handed to them. All right? And Jimmy Butler was the only one that strapped on a pair and was ready to ball out from the get-go. That's it. It's a lot more than just shooting. What's wrong with this team? They better play defense. They're not playing Heat defense. So to say, oh, it's shooting, that's lazy. Lazy. Oh, it's Duncan Robinson. Lazy. Lazy. Duncan Robinson hasn't bailed you out of anything this year, pretty much. So what the hell are you going to think he's going to bail you out of yesterday? Like I said, I'd rather have Caleb Martin play, not Duncan Robinson. I need somebody that can play defense. And this is what I would do, man. Whether it's Vincent and Caleb and Strus and all these guys, I would hound the crap out of Harden all the way down and Maxey. And I'm going to rotate a bunch of these guards, and I'm going to use my fouls up against these guys, and I'm going to try to body them up, and I don't want to give them a lot of space. You can't stop Embiid, right? But you need to stop everybody else. Let Embiid do his damage, but you can't allow Maxey to go off. You can't allow Harden to go off. You got to find a way to defend those kind of cats. So to me, that's really the issue. Play some defense. Obviously hit some shots, but if you don't play defense, you got no shot in this game, in this series. And then this is going to be over. But unless you play Heat defense, we can talk about anything you want, but you better turn these guys over. You better create some fast break points. You better turn your offense around by turning up your defense. And that's for everybody. It's not just one specific person you didn't play off the bench. And to think that, oh, my God, Duncan Robinson is going to be the difference maker here. Get the hell out of here, please. Heat defense is average the last two games. I don't think playing D, Rob, will make it any worse. Yeah, it won't make it any better. And it can't, well, it could be worse because obviously he is the worst defender on the team. I think it's time to get him back in there. No. I disagree with you. Is there any truth to the rumor that we play at Buffalo week 1, supposed leak? I don't know, Chase. I don't really care. When we play them, and whatever they announce is week 1, we'll talk about it then or whatever. I don't know. Embiid is having a field day. Adebayo just disappears. Well, Adebayo just can't cover those guys. He's not an elite defender, bro. He's a perimeter big. He's not an inside big. And he's not strong enough to hold up either. Let's see. You just dislike Duncan. You know what? He made threes. It gives the team confidence. He hasn't been doing it all year as it is. So you're asking for something you can't even count on, Andy. Think about how ridiculous that is. The guy lost his job because he wasn't nearly as consistent as he needs to be. And he's a complete liability on defense, and he's also a liability on offense, by the way. He can't fill the lane. He can't create his own shot. He can't create for others. He can't play off the ball. He does nothing offensively outside of shooting. Like, he can't be a part of your offense for other things. So I'm not sure exactly what you guys are looking at. If you hit your shots playing defense is easier because you can get set and not let them run. Well, if you play defense and you get some stops, you'll get easy baskets on the other side. That's really what it is also. Get Embiid out of the basket. They have Giovanni. Who's going to get Embiid out of the basket area? Nobody. So that's Embiid's going to do whatever the hell he wants, and Bam's not going to do anything about it. And Bam, because he's never developed an outside consistent shot, he'll never bring Embiid out. So I'm not sure what you want, dude. Embiid, what's it called? Bam or Deadman aren't going to sit out at 20, 22 feet, 23 feet constantly and bring Embiid out. Nobody. They have no one that will bring. Embiid will do whatever the hell he wants to do, and Miami can't do anything about it. Big O, did you catch Shami David 19 when in Vegas? No, I did not. I don't even know what the hell that is. Okay. Man of 1,005 holds. I assume Duncan won't be on this team next season. I think he'll be traded. Yes, I think he'll be traded. He should be traded. It's just like any other sport. Offense will win games, but defense wins championships. Amen. Amen. You pick up that defense, the offense will come with it. That's the way I look at it. I don't believe the offense will get your defense going. No, I believe the defense will get your offense going. And that's what you need. And you can't play against that team if you're going to allow Harden and Maxey to do their thing. And hell, what was the other kid too helped out, had a couple. Green had some. Tobias had a couple. I mean, all 5 starters were in double figures. Something that obviously the Heat couldn't do. Everybody chipped in. We didn't have enough people, unfortunately. Duncan will be great on a West Coast team. I don't think Duncan will ever be as good as he was here, like most Heat players that leave here and get traded from here. They never really play their best basketball after they leave here. All those kind of guys. Doesn't matter who you are, bro. They leave here and they just don't play the same. It's weird like that. But, I mean, listen, far be it from me to state the obvious and fool the NBA executives around the league. They're not watching the show, so they don't know. But, whether it's Isaac Austin or Eric Murdoch or Keon Dooling or Hassan Whiteside or James Johnson or whatever, bro. All the players that they get and they develop or resurrect their careers or whatever it is, they never play better basketball than they do in a Miami Heat uniform. Just the way it is. More often than not, it's like, I don't know, not 100% because nothing's 100, but it's freaking like 98%, 99% of the time. Very few of those guys that they develop end up playing better basketball somewhere else. So, but hey, it's not like they're watching my show, so I'm not giving any secrets away. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises. Listen, we got the rainy season. We are a month away. And when June rolls around, and if you got that tarp or you've got a situation with your roof and you're concerned, now's the time, folks. Don't do it during the rainy season is when all the roofers get all the calls. Because next month, you're going to get rain every afternoon. And if your roof is bad for your home, your business, that's not good. Long run, it's going to do some real long-term damage that you don't want to deal with. It's going to cost you more and more and more. So call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. And if you get your roof redone with them, whether it's personal or business, we will do a show at your home or business. So call them, 954-735-9826, and they specialize in all roofs. 954-735-9826, fully licensed and insured. And I tell you this all the time, please do not have anybody working at your home that is not fully licensed and insured. And make sure they show you proof and that you call and verify that proof. Because if you don't, and somebody gets injured in your home, they're going to sue you. You don't want that problem. So I wouldn't even have anybody on this show that's not licensed and insured, because I would not do that to you guys. So please make sure, okay? If you're not going to call Tommy, whoever you do call, please make sure they are licensed and insured. That's all I'm asking. All right? 1 hour down. We got a couple more to go. Alan Poupar will join us in hour number 2. Marcel Louis-Jacques will join us in hour number 3. Got a bunch of things to talk about. Sean Stanley mastering this program. Hour number 2 is next.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. OK Coin is one of the largest fiat to crypto trading platforms in the world. Founded in 2013, OK Coin offers advanced features for crypto beginners and high-volume traders alike, enabling users in 184 countries worldwide. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good morning, boys and girls. Hour number 2 of the program. Thank you all for tuning in. I love it. I think you're shorting D-Rob. His offense brings one more thing to the court. He is not a stationary shooter. He doesn't need much space to shoot. And you have no idea if he's going to make them. He lost his job. Remember that? But that's all right. If you guys want to try to convince yourselves of, something that's completely off, go ahead, knock yourselves out. If you actually think that D-Rob was going to be any kind of a difference in this game when he doesn't help you out on the defensive end, it doesn't really matter. Because shooting is just not the only thing that's going on with the Heat. Tonight, we're going to find out with the Panthers. They lost 6-1 on Saturday. Where are the stars? Where are the studs? Where's the defense? What's going on with the Cats? You're down 2-1 now. I mean, you go down 3-1 tonight. And this series is over. It's hard to trust this team. And I told you this a while ago. This is the legacy moment for these guys. And they have, while we all love what Barkov, Huberdeau, and Ekblad have as talent, they have nothing to show for it. And can you imagine the catastrophic offseason that this will be? If you get bounced in the first round, and listen, anybody, thinking that Andrew Brunette is the head coach? No, he's not. This is why the interim tag is on, because they needed to see him do it in the the postseason. And so far his team is down 2-1. So if the Panthers get eliminated by the Capitals, you fire Andrew Brunette and you go get a veteran coach. Somebody that will put a foot in their asses and get them going in the right direction. Because clearly, Brunette early on does not have them in the right direction. And remember what I said. The Capitals are dominant on the road. You cannot lose tonight. For you to win the next 3 games against a team that has beaten you at home and on the road, not going to be a good combination. I mean, it's not impossible going down 3-1 and coming back and winning all 3. Of course, it's happened before. But I will have a hard time believing that somebody's going to be able to get it done. Big moment for the Panthers tonight. Big moment for Barkov, Huberdeau, and Ekblad. You don't want to be known just for stats and, some decent regular seasons. You want to try to win a cup. You want to put yourself in that kind of position. Man, you better wake up tonight at 7 o'clock on TBS. Very, very disappointing what's going on with the Panthers. All right. Big O, hello from Ocala once again. We need to send the Heat and the Panthers to Santero. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Irving says, hockey is totally different in the playoffs than in the regular season. The Stanley Cup is one of, if not the hardest trophies to win in all of professional sports. What you in the playoffs has little to do. Well, I know what you're saying, Irving. I agree completely. But this is where you're measured, right? So Barkov, Huberdeau, and Ekblad, this is your time. And if you fail here, oh, shit. It's not good. It's not good. This would be terrible for the franchise. And for me, I really love the Panthers, man. I really want them to do well. And this would be disastrous for them. This would set them back big time. Because you can't blame, at times, people in the Panthers organization will say, well, we deserve more support. Well, sometimes you do, yeah. And you don't get it, but it's your own fault why you don't get it. Because these are the moments. These are the moments where you win the crowd over, where you win your fans over. And if they can never trust you, i.e. Marlins, they won't respond. And what I mean by Marlins, not in winning, because the 2 times they've gone, they've won it, right? But what I mean is year in and year out, they've never shown a dedication to winning. So you don't trust them. Well, the Panthers, the ownership is more than dedicated. They've done more than enough. But the players will not win you over. And so you won't trust them. You won't buy the tickets. You won't buy the jerseys. You won't sacrifice. Even if the Heat lose against the Sixers, which I hope they don't, but even if they do, the organization's proven already. They're awesome. They're the best organization in town. And they'll be back. And they'll figure it out. And you trust them to figure it out. The Panthers have to earn your trust that they can figure it out. And they haven't yet. Tough, man. I really want them to win badly. Viola and Seafood deserve this. They've done everything you can possibly do as owners. And they've gotten screwed many times over. And it's not their fault. I feel bad for them, man. I really do. The Panthers are one of those organizations that I really pull for. But they are looking at a monster choke job right now. Monster choke job. Ad Mark says Barry Melrose. For what? So he can fail again? Leave him do it on TV, bro. It's all good. Interim tag is on. Yep, that's right. And that's why it ain't off. Because they wanted to see what happened in the postseason. Let's see. What else do we have? I think the struggles with the Panthers has to be coaching. I think we had a head coach Q. This would not be happening. You might be right. You might be right, my friend. Bingo, you're right about the goaltending situation. We don't have the number 1. Well, that was my issue. Although I can't blame Bob specifically and say he's been terrible in this series, but the team overall. I can't say I feel good about Bob. That's for sure. Heat role players will step up at home on defense and offense. Series is done in 6 games. Butler closing it out on the road. I originally had the Heat sweep if Embiid was out. Well, I hope you're right, man. Would be nice for them to win the next 2. Vlad says Washington is not a good matchup for the Panthers. Yeah, that's not an excuse, Vlad. None of that matters, dude. Okay? You're the number 1 seed in the entire league. Go get it done, bro. There's no pointing fingers. There's no excuses. None of that crap. Go get it done. So I don't care what kind of matchup they are, or mismatch, or any of that stuff. The Florida Panthers get no excuses. Go get results. You're the best offense in the league. You're the best team in the league. Go play like the best team in the league. It's not about bad matchups. There's no excuses for the Panthers. And that's the bad part for them. Finn's First Network not expecting a cup this season, but I figured Panthers would at least go to the semis. Let's hope so. Damn, wanted to hear that horn today. Yeah, no, they don't get any horns. No horns for the Panthers. Nico says, let's stay positive, no panicking yet. Both arena teams will get this figured out and get the series wins. We'll see. We'll see. Panthers should have spent more time preparing for playoff hockey than chasing 10 goals. As much fun as that was, this is what a different coach may have done. Also needed D, not Giroux. Heat don't have excuses either. Oh, yeah? No, I'm not giving anybody an excuse. But again, what I'm saying is the difference is the Heat can fail, and if they lose to the Sixers, it's not the end of the world. Because the Heat are always a terrific franchise. They'll tweak whatever they need to tweak, and they'll try to figure it out, and you have trust that they can do that. The Panthers have yet to prove to us that they can get over the hump and be a really good postseason team. So you fail in the first round, it's a much bigger failure for the Panthers. This will be a major setback for the Panthers organization. That's the part I fear the most, because the ownership group has done so good in building everything up, and they're so committed to winning. It's hard to ask them to do more. It's up to the hockey people now to get it done, and they're not getting it done. So this is a franchise that desperately needs postseason success in order to sell itself. For the Heat fan, it'll be a disappointment, but you have a lot of great memories to lean on, and you can still feel good about the future with the Heat. With the Panthers, you fail here, and you really got to sit back and go, where are we? As good as they are. It's crazy. Do me a favor, Sean. Take a 1-minute break. Give me a 1-minute break, sir. Out there. I am a little sick. Back with more right here on The Big O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmith. In South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
All right, we are back. Ooh, a little Perdomo, too. Yeah. Have you been to the retail store, by the way, right off of the Palmetto? You guys should go check it out there if you're a cigar aficionado. Plus, you will also, there's a good chance that if you go there, you will run into Nick Perdomo himself. Okay, they got the full line of cigars there at Perdomo Cigars, and the retail store is absolutely awesome. 5150 Northwest 167th Street, right off of the Palmetto. And if you've seen it before and you see the big painting on the wall and it says Perdomo Cigars and all that good stuff, and you think, well, wait a minute, that's just a warehouse. I can't go. No, actually, you can go. You can actually enjoy a cigar in the lounge. Relax, kick back. They've got this ginormous leather couches, a big, beautiful television. They just redid the inside. It looks awesome, man. Nick Jr. and company, they've remodeled that whole thing, and Arthur, all them guys, they were just awesome, man. They did a great job. It looks so sharp in there. So check out Perdomo Cigars. Go to your nearest cigar shop. Ask for it by name. 10th anniversary, the 20th anniversary, the champagne. I mean, there's so many great cigars, and always the construction of it is exceptional. Burns great from beginning to end. The flavor is full from beginning to end. God, I hate grabbing a cigar that when I'm smoking it and I'm halfway through and it starts tasting like leaves. And you're like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? And that's what I love about a Perdomo cigar. The richness and the flavor all the way through the cigar. So check it out, perdomocigars.com, and go to the retail store here in South Florida at 5150 Northwest 167th Avenue, or 167th Street, I'm sorry, in Miami Gardens. All right. Finn's First Network says 250 in the room. Smash the like button. Please smash the like button if you're listening on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Thank you all out there. Please smash it. Big O, I completely agree. If the Panthers don't win this series, it's a major setback. Yeah. And I'm the guy that tries to sell the Panthers every year and tries to tell you to buy into the Panthers and this and that. And I can't keep telling you to buy in. It's just one of those where you just keep falling short and falling short and falling short. And you know what I deserve, right? You know what I deserve for doing this, for going after the Panthers every year and expecting a different result.
Blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
That's what's going to happen, right? Next year, I get all excited about the Panthers again, and I tell you to get into the Panthers. Didn't I tell you all year long, get on board. This is special. This is the best team in town, yada, yada, yada. Didn't I tell you all that crap, right? And now you're laughing at my ass. Now I sound stupid. Oh, didn't you say they were the best team in town? Yeah, I did. Well, they got eliminated in the first round. Yeah, I know. And it's like, I can't sell it. I can't tell you to buy into it. Nobody trusts the Panthers in the first place. They don't. Like, no matter what. And even with this season, I had people that said, they'll choke it again. And it sounds stupid because they're really good. And here they are. I really want them to win, man. It's just frustrating. It really is. Sad. Good morning, Big O. What are your thoughts on the refs last night versus Sixers? The Heat has put themselves in this position, dude. I'm not pointing. The refs aren't going to bail him out. Duncan's not bailing them out. They better start playing defense, and they better figure out a way to stop everybody else except Embiid. They can't stop Embiid. Bam can't stop Embiid. Bam is still Jason Taylor before he got muscles. And Bam is not the undersized defensive stud that Alonzo Mourning was in the paint. He is what he is, but he can't stop Bam. You need Olajuwon. You need, Patrick Ewing. You need David Robinson. You need Tim Duncan, maybe Zoe. Those are the kind of guys you need for Embiid. There really isn't a guy in the league. Jokic is big enough and athletic enough, but not defensively the guy you need. There aren't a lot of guys in the league that can stop that guy. And the Heat have no one. And like I told you, I look at Bam and he's Jason Taylor, first and second year out of Akron. Not strong enough. Sorry. So stop everybody else and you can figure it out. Big O, can you post a video of just a blind ass fan alert on YouTube? I need to play it for fans that annoy me. Karama, I think I've posted it on social media on YouTube. Go to my YouTube, go to my Twitter page at Big O Show, and I'm sure if you put on Twitter, let me see. Well, I'm going to try it with you guys right here. Big O Show and blind ass fan alert. And if you do it, I think it comes out. Yeah. Actually,
blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
It's on SoundCloud. This podcast replay, it's brought to you by Sports Grill with 7 great locations. Check out. See? So if you just put Big O Show and blind ass fan alert on Twitter, you will end up seeing it right there and it'll come up. It'll look like this. Here you go. See that? Here's your own blind ass fan alert. Whenever your friends get out of line and they're not realistic, fire away. There you go. And see it right here. Here's the link. So you hit it and it'll take you right to SoundCloud and you can record it and download it and use it and all that good stuff and play it for folks. Okay? We think of you guys all the time. We share. Sharing is caring. I don't know if you guys know that, but sharing is caring. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's see. The Greek Freak can possibly, yes, 6193. He's probably one of the few guys that athletically he's so long and gifted that, yes, he could. And he's more of a defensive, stud in those kind of cases. Yes, I would go with that. Yes. But there aren't a lot of guys, man. We got to go back in the day to go find those kind of guys. Embiid is just too freakish, man. It's just too big. Richard Kuchikan says a healthy A. Davis can stop Embiid. Well, you just said the key. He'll get injured 2 minutes into playing against Embiid. That's the problem. His soft ass will break down. He is really, God, man, that guy has got a frail body. Holy crap, dude. Brett says, NHL teams that win the regular season President's Trophy win the Stanley Cup less than 25% of the time. I know, Brett. I know all about that. I know the curse, if they want to call it a curse or whatever. I don't care about that, dude. None of that crap matters to me, Brett. Bottom line is, if you're the Panthers, you have no business losing in the first round. None. And if you're the Panthers and you're trying to sell your organization to your fan base and you want to win them over, you don't do this shit. Okay? And I can defend the Panthers and support them and be as positive as possible for them, but I can't give them a break on this. There's no excuses here. So I don't care whether they won the President's Trophy or not or whatever. They're better than Washington. They're the 1 seed. Washington's the 8 seed. Go play like it. And they haven't. And they've shown me to be the softer team out of all of this. So I'm not giving the Panthers a break, dude. As much as I love them and I want them to succeed, because I know teams like hockey and soccer, they're so fringe, the sports, that they need to have success because that's the only way they're going to survive and really build a fan base. You know what I'm saying? And it pisses me off when those especially those two sports fall short. Baseball, I understand because they're not trying. You know what I mean? And I know that Inter tried. They just screwed up and everything. And now, they're completely set back because they're young. And they lost again this weekend to Charlotte. But, the Panthers, dude, it looks like you figured it out. You had a hell of a season. You cannot have this kind of a postseason. No. And if you're the owners, that head coach, you have to fire right on the spot after the season ends. If you lose to the Capitals on the next day, you must fire Andrew Brunette because there's no reason to keep him. You cannot be this good in the regular season and then be this bad and get eliminated in the first round. Unacceptable. No excuses. There are no excuses for the basketball team, and there are no excuses for the hockey team. Got to get it done, man. All right, give me a minute. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Alan Poupart's going to join us. In fact, I'm glad Alan's on because not only can we talk a little football, which there's really not much to talk about, but we can talk a little hockey because he does his work for NHL.com. Covering, I think it is. Is it NHL.com? Give me a nod. Yes. I see you on the. Yes, it is. It is NHL.com. I was pretty sure of that. I just want to make sure I didn't screw up. But anyway, since he does this, and he's Canadian, eh? So he knows about this. We're just a bunch of hosers. Alan Poupart's next.
Let's get ready to talk Dolphins football. It's the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupart. With locations throughout South Florida, Sports Grill is the home of the special grilled wings. Check out our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Alan Poupart.
Alrighty, we will get to Dolphins questions. Give me a minute, but there's another story in town, and he covers it, and he knows way more than we do. So, like I said, we're hosers, and he's Canadian. So, it's automatic. It's automatic. What's this phase on your? What the hell is going on with this?
I don't know. Let's try. It's bad lighting coming this thing. Are
you with Cheech and Chong right now? Is there like a lot of smoke?
Oh, that's funny. Take my normal spot.
I'm telling you, bro. There's a cumulonimbus cloud hanging around you there.
There's weird. Let's try this now. Any better?
A little better. Yeah. Now you got some color. Okay, there we go. Now the back looks like black and white. Like you're playing with us in these filters. Nice job by you.
Trying to remain mysterious.
Yes, clearly, dude. How concerned should we be as Panther fans? Because as I love this team. I want them to succeed. And every time they have these moments that you have the opportunity to capture everybody's attention and really get them on board, this would be catastrophic if they lose in the first round. How concerned should we be right now?
Oh, should be very concerned. But here's the thing, and I know I've told you this before, and I've said this to anybody who's talked about the Panthers. Regular season hockey and playoff hockey, two different animals. And the thing is, what you saw from the Panthers in the regular season with a team that's skated better than everybody else, playmaking ability up the wazoo with the puck, great finesse team. Playoffs is all about grinding, toughness, board battles, stick your butt in front of the net and dare the defenseman to move you out or vice versa, do the same to their opposing forwards. It does not play to the Panthers game. So that's why, as good as they were in the regular season, immediately what they are as a team drops a level because of the style of playoff hockey. Right. And in Washington, they're facing a team Washington had over 100 points. Not like Washington's a scrub team.
Oh no, the whole conference was
correct. The whole conference was a complete beast. Those top 8 teams, and Washington is a physical team, and you will hear that practically in every round the Panthers will ever play with the roster constructed the way it is right now. The other team is a tougher team, more physical team than the Panthers. So, having said all that, they got smoked 6-1 on Saturday. But the truth is, it was 1-1 in the second period. Barkov had a glorious chance right in the front of the net. The goalie sticks out his pad, makes a save. Washington goes down the end. It's 2-1. And then all of a sudden, it goes. Right. So to say this, they got smoked 6-1. The score made the game look a whole lot worse than the reality of the game, and that's part of hockey. There's puck luck involved. You can get a hot goalie. Samsonov gave up a really soft goal to Huberdeau right away. It was a really, really nice shot.
He made some other saves that are pretty damn good.
Correct. And then all of a sudden, he made a lot of really, really nice saves.
Yeah.
So
I was watching that going, don't they have goalie issues? Don't they they're not really comfortable with either goalie or something? And it's like, I'm watching this. I'm like, and that's the problem with playoff hockey that if a goalie gets hot, holy crap. Now you're, if you can score some goals and you're going to get on a roll, because that's one thing you can't really alter. When a goalie gets on ahead and starts spinning and blocking everything in sight, that's the beauty of that sport sometimes.
No, and it's the fickle nature of the playoffs in hockey. That's why hockey playoffs are impossible to predict, much more so than any other sport. And if you remember in 2016 when the Panthers played the Islanders, if the series had been scored like in boxing, the Panthers would have won the series easily, except that their goalie, Thomas Greiss, went nuts that series. He's never been anywhere near that good ever since. And then, and he basically was a difference. Him and then John Tavares was a one-man show going crazy. So, yeah, obviously there's reason for concern. They're down 2-1, and they deserve to be down 2-1. They're still a good team, but again, they're not necessarily a team that's built ideally for the playoffs. Let's be honest.
I'm with you there. It's just and dude, that's the thing. You lose this after that season. Oh my God. It's just, most people don't trust this organization as it is, because they always look like, oh yeah, no, they'll choke in the playoffs. And then we're trying to sell them that this is not the year. This is a different team, and they do this. Oh my God. It's going to be a real uphill battle for that organization. And you know what? Here's the screwed up part. Viola and Sifu have done everything possibly you can do as owners, bro. I don't know what more you can ask those gentlemen. Anything you ask them, they do it, whatever you need. You know what I mean? It's truly amazing.
No, and they made a lot of great acquisitions in the offseason over the past couple of years. Everything they've done has really hit. Again, the problem with the Panthers as they're constructed, they don't have quite enough still playoff type players. And there is such a thing. I mean, who have been their two best skaters forwards? Forget it, Bobrovsky's actually been very good. Their two best skaters to me have been Mason Marchment and probably Sam Bennett. And if you go down the list for regular season, it would be Barkov, it would be Huberdeau, it would be Sam Reinhart, it would be, other guys above them. But those are the guys because they have that style. Marchment's been outstanding. And he's 7 or 8 on the list of players from the regular season. So
it's scary. All right, so you took a deep dive on Skyler, the 7th round pick. What did you see from the Dolphins quarterback?
No, it's my colleague at All Dolphins, my new writer Dante Colinelli, who took a deep dive on Skyler Thompson. Obviously very familiar with what he wrote, since I edited the story. No, it's kind of there's some what's the word I'm looking for? Some deficiencies in terms of pure athletic ability, but he's got a lot of things to like in that he makes quick decisions. He's athletic enough with the mobility. He's also got a ton of experience. He's played a lot. We mentioned his age earlier, 25 years old. So there are some things there. And again, I go back to the big question with him is, again, he's going to be able to show enough to convince the Dolphins to keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. But
Does
there
he
are
look like a guy that really is going to get? He's probably going to be stashed on the practice squad, right? Does it look like a guy that will be able to live on the practice squad without being taken? In other words,
correct, and then that's a question. Yeah, because again, if he's not good enough to be a number 2 for the Dolphins, or I'm sorry, to be a number 3 on the 53 for the Dolphins, is he going to be good enough for that? But there may be a team elsewhere who might not have an issue with keeping 3 quarterbacks on the 53. That's what it comes down to.
Do you look at him like he could be a gimmick guy? Does that look like it?
Yeah,
I'm being told he's being more groomed to be a backup quarterback, actually. So it's like when you lose Teddy next year, maybe you can elevate him if he's good enough, if he's made enough progress. That's kind of what I'm being told, that it's more his upside is backup quarterback, not really starter.
Correct.
You tell me.
But if that's the case, again, are you going to keep him on the 53 the whole year for that? And if you do, that's fine, because your 53rd player is really not necessarily that relevant on a week-to-week basis. Do you take the chance of passing him through waivers and hope that there's not a team out there that does want to keep a third quarterback and see something in him like that the possibility of a solid future backup?
All right, good stuff. What'd you think of the F1? I will say this: if they don't have chemistry, it isn't because of the offseason. That's for damn sure. Those guys have hung around each other a lot. The players have been around each other a lot for different events. They've had plenty of time to create some camaraderie too.
No, and it's not going to hurt. It's not. I don't think it's going to win you games, but I don't think it's going to. It doesn't hurt either. And as we mentioned, it's right in their backyard basically. So it made sense that everybody participated, and then it was very cool to see a bunch of Dolphin players at the Panther game last Thursday. Yeah. And then Mike Gesicki's tweet, he said, "Hey, my first Panther game, they won. So see you Wednesday night." So hopefully he comes back out there for Game 5 on Wednesday night.
Yeah. By the way, that's the other thing I brought up that sucks for the Heat and for the Panthers, because the Capitals are 25-10-6 on the road this season. The Sixers are 27-14 on the road, and they were 24-17 at home. So they were a better road team than a home team. And the Capitals are a dominant road team, dude. I mean, 26-10-6.
Well,
25-10-6. Bro, that's dominant.
Two major factors in both of those series also is 2 star players on the mend. Joel Embiid, his return income changes that whole series entirely. Yeah. And then Ovechkin looked like he had a lot more juice in him on Saturday than he did in the 2 games in Florida, where he looked like he wasn't moving. He wasn't throwing his body around. Definitely looked like the shoulder injury he sustained very late in the regular season was a factor, where he looked a lot more like the Ovechkin that we know on Saturday. And if he continues like that, then that's a problem.
Scary. Yeah, that's a major problem.
Dude can play.
What are you working on there at Sports Illustrated so the folks can check you out, sir?
Well, we had the film study on Skylar Thompson. I did a post-draft positional breakdown on the offense last week, so I'm going to do the defense this week. Anything else that might pop up. We're starting to get some games leaked for the NFL schedule. We had the first.
Somebody was asking about the Bills and Dolphins in week 1. Is that true? I have no idea.
It's not been leaked. Well, what we do know is that we won't have the Bills and Dolphins in week 2 like we had the last 2 years, because the Bills are playing at home on that second Monday night against the Tennessee Titans. So it'll be nice. Yeah, it was kind of weird the last 2 years, the exact same first 2 games at New England, Buffalo at home. So it'd be nice to have a change. Yeah, I had no problems opening with Buffalo at home. That works.
I don't know if it's true or not, but whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Whether it is that or not, whatever, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Follow him on Twitter at Poopart NFL. And of course, you can also keep up with him following the hockey playoffs too, and the Florida Panthers there. You can keep up with them there. Alan, we will catch up later on in the week, my friend. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Hopefully we have some good Panther news.
Yes, I hope so. God, we need it tonight. Be good. All right, there you go, Alan Poopart. Give me 2 minutes. Quick break. Throat. Later.
This has been the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Insider Report with Alan Poupard, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and never miss a report. Search Big O Radio Show on most platforms. Visit Sports Grill in our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Protecting your family is your priority. There's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmith in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
What? Oh, look.
Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve. The Go Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. OK Coin is one of the largest fiat to crypto trading platforms in the world. Founded in 2013, OK Coin offers advanced features for crypto beginners and high-volume traders alike, enabling users in 184 countries worldwide. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, we are ready. We are ready to rock and roll. Greater Good says smash that like button. He is right. Smash it, smash it, smash it. He says 9 days, no honey and lemon setback, Big O. No, my voice is fine. I have no problem with my voice. This happens to me about at least once a year. I have this thing. I'm a weirdo. So I like to sleep with fans hitting me in the face. I have 2 fans. One of them's like a hurricane force wind. I'm serious. I'm not lying to you. And then the other one is another fan that I have. Seriously, 2 fans are hitting me. And we crank up the air like at 60 something. So I love to sleep that way. I love to sleep in the cold. You know, I hate to hang out in the cold really, but in sleeping, I love to sleep in the cold, right? So the trick is I always have to cover my mouth. Okay. So I have a long shirt that I use. It's a cane shirt that's really old. It's like 30 something years old. Again, not lying. It's true. And so I use it to cover my mouth. It's really a soft shirt because it's been washed so many times over the years, 30 years, of course. Might be even older than 35 years. I don't know. But anyway, so I cover my mouth with it, right? But I have to hold it while I'm sleeping because I'm a sideways sleeper, you know? So if I'm sleeping sideways, then this arm has to do it. If I'm on this end, then this arm has to kind of hold it there, right? And then there are times that I fall asleep and I forget and I let my guard down and I leave my mouth open and then the fan is hitting me. Boom, boom, boom. And eventually I wake up because I feel it in my throat. You know what I mean? I feel the cold. So it's not really a sore throat per se or anything like that. It's just some kind of a cold. The good thing is with Nature B, you know, what I do is I take an extra Nature B every day and it'll get it out of my system quickly and I'm good. I'll be fine. But it happens to me at least once a year that I'll do it. I haven't been able to find anything that can cover my mouth permanently and I never have to worry about it. There you go. But if you have something that I can use to cover my mouth that will not get in the way of sleeping, tell me, because I would love to know that trick. Send me the link, whatever it is. Now, I also screwed up yesterday because Moody's Dental gave me these retainers that I use every night. I forgot to put them on on Friday night. And so when I forgot to put them on Friday night, when I put them on, my teeth end up like clenched the entire time. So it's easier for my mouth. I don't know why. It just stays closed. But when I don't have the retainers, which I forgot to put them on Friday, boom. And middle of the night, I go, oh, damn it. And I started feeling it really bad on Saturday. Now it's on the way down already. So it's already on the way out. This is my honey and lemon or lime. Big O Miami-Dade college baseball going to state final, looking to repeat as state champions. Big shout out to our Sharks. There you go. Nice job. Jesus Garza says, you're not alone, Big O. On what? The fan? You do the same shit? The whole mouth thing? Does that happen to you also? It's like the only time I get a cold. Only time. That's it. I rarely get a cold, man. But if the fan, that's the one. Nature B can't stop that. Nothing is going to stop your mouth open and cold air just going in. And you're just like, that's it, dude. It lights up at least for me, there are some of you out there, you sleep with your mouths open. So I get, I've always thought about this. This is kind of weird, but I've always thought about this. Maybe I should let it all go and sleep with my mouth open consistently. And then if I'm constantly breathing it in, okay, so I'll go through all the colds and all the crap, but eventually my body will get adjusted and I can breathe in all the air no matter what, and it won't affect me. Should I do that? Which, by the way, I also read that it's actually healthy to breathe through your nose when you're sleeping, which is what I normally do every day, except once a year, maybe twice a year, maybe once every 2 years. It'll only happen a couple times that I'll sleep with my mouth open, unfortunately. But normally it's breathing through my nose constantly. It's crazy, man. That's the one thing that it just can't get off of it. Essential moving experts. Yes, sir. Sean and the boys, they will take care of you. Big Dolphin fans, you see? Dolphin colors and everything. So give them a ring at Essential Moving Experts. Good people. Lemon and honey is a great preventative for colds, plus the soothing effects on the throat. Well, it's definitely great for the throat, and I thank you all for it because I don't know which one of you guys gave me the idea, but since then, it's been a part of my my routine, as they say, as the wife makes it every day for me. What what games have leaked? I heard 49ers week 17. Dominic, I haven't even looked. I don't even know what games have leaked. Don't really care. Big O, please help answer a long battled question between my friends and I. Is U2 a rock band? I say no, but I don't know what category they would be. Of course they're a rock band. I don't know what you want to call it. You want to call it alternative rock? But they're rock, dude. I mean, rock is it's kind of a loose term because Elvis Presley is rock and roll. Right? That's what was labeled rock and roll before the Eagles, before Boston, right? So there's all kinds of rock. That's the thing. Whether it's punk rock, alternative rock, adult rock, classic rock, you name it. So there's all kinds of rock. But it is rock music. So what you're thinking traditional rock AC/DC, well, wait a minute, but before AC/DC, it was Elvis Presley. So the interpretation is the problem with some folks. And that's why some people, it's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And why is Eminem going in it? Well, yes, it's the Music Hall of Fame, basically, not really rock. But because rock was kind of the general term for music back in the day, I guess this is why it's gone in heavy metal rock and thrash metal. And, there's all kinds of different metals and there's all kinds of different rocks, so depends on how you want to look at it. But it is rock. It's just B-52s are punk rock. The Cars are alternative rock, if that's what they were considered back in the day when they came out. So, of course, it's rock. By the way, I do have a U2 story, which I'm glad you brought it up because, of course, we go all over the place here on the show. But congratulations to U2. One of the few bands that would do something like this because, of course, U2 is maybe the finest act on the planet. Bono and Edge delivered a surprise performance inside a subway station in Kyiv, in Ukraine, which is serving as a bomb shelter. President Zelensky invited us to perform at Kyiv as a show of solidarity with the Ukrainian people. And so that's what we've come to do, Bono noted on Twitter, his message accompanied by hashtag Stand With Ukraine. The U2 icons delivered a 40-minute acoustic set, including renditions of With or Without You and Angel of Harlem. The people in Ukraine are not just fighting for our own freedom, for your own freedom. You're fighting for all of us who love freedom, Bono repeatedly told the audience of about 100 people. We pray that you will enjoy some of the peace soon. This evening, the 8th of May, shots will ring out in Ukraine's sky, but you will be free at last. They can take your lives, but they can never take your pride, Bono said at another point, his words echoing the lyrics of U2's 1984 hit, Pride in the Name of Love. Bono and Edge were also joined by Ukrainian singer Taras Topilia for an acoustic rendition of the classic Benny King song, Stand By Me. After singing through the famous tune, Bono ceded the spotlight to Topilia, who delivered a message imploring world leaders to continue assisting Ukraine in their war with Russia. So Nice job by Bono and Edge to go do something incredibly ballsy, to go to Kyiv and do a private concert for them. By the way, I want to watch that concert. Is that concert anywhere? Is it on YouTube? I would love to see that. It's freaking awesome. So I gotta watch that. But I saw that story and it was like, that is so cool that Bono and Edge would do something like that. U2 used to be rockier when they started out and sang out of anger with songs like Sunday Bloody Sunday. I mean, what is it? Your Boots or whatever. That's a rocked out song too, and that's later on in their catalog. Get on Your Boots or whatever that song. They have their rock out moments. You know what I mean? They do all kinds of songs that are heavy in a way, not metal, because that's not what they've ever been. But like Sunday Bloody Sunday, they have songs like that in their later albums that are, edgy like that, for sure. What's the Something Street? God, what's the name of that song? I love that damn song. Songs of Innocence. It's in there. Let me see the name of that damn song. Where is it at here? Track listings. Here we go. Oh, Raised by Wolves is actually pretty heavy, too. Cedarwood Road. Boom. Go listen to, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Bullet the Blue Sky, Cedarwood Road. Cedarwood Road is a nice, edgy song. Raised by Wolves is a nice, edgy song. And that's from, listen, if you're not I'm a monster U2 fan. I'm a fanatic. And so I kind of know their catalog. So if you don't really know their catalog and you think that Sunday Bloody Sunday was their last edgy song, yeah, no, you're not listening to U2. You know what I mean? Because Cedarwood Road is just as edgy. Remember, they're not going to be metal. So that's as edgy as you're going to get from them. Easy for Bono to say when they are going back to their safe homes. McGrumpy, I don't see your ass going to Kyiv. You know you're risking your life when you go there, right? I'm sorry, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing for the Ukrainian people, my man? What are you going over there and bringing food over there to them? Are you going over there to go comfort them and hang out with them? Huh, Mr. What is it? Gromby? What are you doing, dude? I'm sorry, I must have missed it. What are the humanitarian extremes you're going to, Mr. Gromby? I would love to know. Since you're going to shit on Bono and Edge, putting their lives on the line to go to Kyiv, go ahead. I just want to know what you're doing, my brother. Some of you, before you speak, maybe you should shut the hell up. Maybe think about what you're about to text. Then, say, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say it about Bono because I'm sitting safely in my home and I never took a risk to go to Kyiv. Mr. Grumby. I never got the appeal to you too. Oh, so that's where your comment comes from. Not just stupidity, but not just ignorance, but it's because you don't like you too, Mr. Grumby. Clase come mierda eres. Cojone. Anyway, Big O, tape your mouth before you go to sleep. I'm not going to tape my mouth. I got hair, bro. Doing that. You think I'm stupid like Mr. Gromby here? I have at least half an IQ here at 1 point. Okay? What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? Where are you going? Yeah, well, let's forget a U2 hater. He's just an idiot. That's all. Mr. Gromby es un come mierda, is what we call. Oh, he's going back to his home. And this asswipe is sitting in his home. U2 is one of those few bands left that can fill stadiums. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They can fill stadiums for nights on end at cities. They don't just fill a stadium. They can go to Hard Rock for 2 nights if they felt like it. They can go to Giant, whatever the hell Giant Stadium and the Jets, whatever that crap is called now. They can go there for 3 straight nights if they felt like it, and they'd sell it out. Yeah. Very few bands bigger than U2 in the history of music, pretty much. Big O, what do you think? Dudley now rating Mac Jones above Tua. I have no idea. We'll talk to him and we'll straighten him out then. I don't know what you're talking about. I have not seen it. But if he is, yeah. Have you heard any names to keep an eye out for the Dolphins to potentially sign? Michael, the only one I would think of is Treader, and maybe, they need him to lower his price because he's got a lot of injury history. And that's why nobody has signed him. That's the only guy, dude. The only guy that's out there that you could say, okay, that would be interesting to bring in because it would be competition. And if he could win the job over, he's a proven guy. And so that would be the only guy, my man. And I think it's all about money because I don't believe he has signed anywhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Not sure. For your mouth opening, many CPAP users use a chin strap to help keep the mouth closed while sleeping. Oh, yeah, that thing. I tried that, bro. It's kind of like annoying. Because it kind of puts pressure on your head while you're sleeping. Block him, Big O. No, I'm not going to block him. He's not a jerk. He's just, saying stupid comments. But he's not disrespectful. He's fine. Mr. Grobby's fine. He's just an idiot. Like, he's sitting at home, and those guys are risking their lives like everybody else that's gone to Kyiv. I don't care who you are. Anybody that goes to visit Zelensky, you're putting your life on the line, dude. I mean, Putin's the biggest scumbag in the world. That guy would easily bomb anywhere, and you're done. I mean, who could trust Putin? You know what I mean? In that report of us looking to get Akeem Bucks reliable, I don't know. We'll see. Any chance the Dolphins keep 3 QBs on the active roster? I don't think so. I think Skyler is a practice squad guy for a year, and then maybe they can bring him on, next year and hopefully get him as a backup to Tua. Because you're not going to keep Teddy for long term. Teddy's here 1 year, and then he's going to try to find a job somewhere else. Because he probably thinks he can still start somewhere. So he's going to try to do that. What do you think of the Heat not playing Duncan? Michael, you can rewind and check it out. We've talked about that a ton already. Big O, if you're having issues keeping your mouth closed with CPAP, I don't try any CPAP. I don't have a CPAP thing. Try a mask that covers nose and mouth. That's what I use. But if it covers my nose and mouth, how do I breathe? I don't need a machine to breathe. You know that, right? I get the CPAP stuff. Excuse me. But it's not that. It's just I need something to keep my mouth closed. I mean, listen, the way I do it, it kind of works. It's just one time a year, maybe I have to deal with this crap. And it's not so bad. It's not the end of the world. Let's see. Okay, I don't think I see anything there on the chat board. By the way, sad for the Marlins. They lose 3-4 to the Padres. You're up 2-0 late in that game, so it sucks. At the top of the hour here, I did not take a break. Let's take a quick break here. Let's get ready for hour number 3. Hopefully, Marcel Louis-Jacques will join us at 12:30. Back with more.
What? Oh, look.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. You need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Sports Grill. Good food, good drinks, good friends. Craig Zinn Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealership in the Southeast United States. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department. The FLPD is hiring. Go to FLPDjobs.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. OK Coin is one of the largest fiat to crypto trading platforms in the world. Founded in 2013, OK Coin offers advanced features for crypto beginners and high-volume traders alike, enabling users in 184 countries worldwide. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Yes, sir. Hey, by the way, Mr. Gromby, thank you for adding to the stupidity. You two have some balls on going on there, but they are going with armed security. Yeah, of course, because their security really can defend, bombs coming from Russia and everything. And they have the cameras on them. Seems to be more for clout and relevance. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do it for, bro. That's it. Maintain the stupidness and the ignorance and the being a dumbass. Way to go, Mr. Gromby. We appreciate you. Thank you. By the way, I just saw Scorpions coming September 12th to the Hard Rock Live. Whitesnake will be opening up. It's their farewell tour. I love David Coverdale. He can't sing anymore. Just so you'll know, he has like people in the background helping him. You can see it. They're on stage. He has a couple of singers with him. They help him. He can't do any of the screeching anymore. He can't carry the higher notes anymore. I'm only going to go because I'm going to go see the Scorpions because I love the Scorpions. But the last time I saw Whitesnake, I was like, yeah, that's the last time I see Whitesnake. So just to warn you, okay, if you go, don't expect my man Coverdale, who, by the way, is a great follow on Twitter. David Coverdale is funny on Twitter. He puts out all kinds of stuff. He's good. He's good. I don't know if he really is doing it or somebody's doing it for him, but he's a fun follow on Twitter. It's just, unfortunately, the pipes are gone, dude. The pipes are gone for David, unfortunately. Panthers came out flat in game 1 and game 3. You can't be the President's Trophy winner and lose in the first round because you want to play so poorly. Come on, Cats. Get it together. Florida-born, Kentucky-grown says, I love Whitesnake and Scorpions. Well, you should be able to, I'm sure they'll go somewhere around Kentucky. Panthers have looked lost at times. They better get it together and fast. Yes. Yes, Manuel. You are correct, sir. They better get it together and with a quickness. Okay? Because if they don't, it's going to be an ugly, ugly offseason for them. Ugly offseason. And Brunette will definitely get fired because you can't keep him. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Give me a second here. I'm trying to do two things at the same time. All right. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being very patient. Yeah. What else do we have here? By the way, Thursday will be over at Hialeah Park. Second floor poker room. We had a great night on the weekend. The last few fights also picked up again. If for those of you that won tickets and were able to go and enjoy it, that was a lot of fun over the weekend. We had the Padres taking 3 of 4 from the Marlins. We had Inter Miami losing to Charlotte 1-0. Tuesday, they've got the U.S. Open Cup against South Georgia Tormenta. And Saturday, they take on the DC United at Drive Pink Stadium. We'll see there. We'll see the boys see if they can pick up a win. They really need to take the U.S. Open Cup seriously because obviously they're not going to do much in the regular season when it comes to that. And then we had the F1 races this weekend. And Martin Brundle, can you pull up the soundbite? So Martin Brundle, I'm not going to show you the video because then they'll ding us and all that crap. So he sees Paolo Banchero, the first round pick of Duke. And he sees a light-skinned brother that's tall, Pat Mahomes, right? It's funny. It's just hilarious. And so Brundle, listen, we know that Martin is like one of those legends in F1 and interviewing and all that stuff. And everybody loves a train wreck. So that whole thing was entertaining because it was a train wreck. Now, completely crappy job by Sky Sports. And I'll explain why. But here's Martin, who is chasing down all kinds of people. Dwayne Wade and Gabby passes him by twice. Okay. And he doesn't recognize a whole bunch of people that were there. All right. But apparently somebody in his ear tells him that Pat Mahomes is here. So he sees a tall, light-skinned brother, and he assumes. And this guy's like 6'9". Pat Mahomes is not that tall. But again, this is a guy that if you take him out of his F1 world, he's completely lost. So let me just play this for you for the moment so you can laugh a little bit. Go ahead.
Find some drivers as well at some point. Who else can we find on this grid? No better find anybody. Right, that's a guy called Patrick Mahomes on the grid, who's a bit of a sporting legend out at Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see if we can mooch this way. And, you can clearly get a few passes for the grid these days, can't you? And let's see if we can find actually anybody. Where is this guy? There's a really tall guy there. That must be him. Is that in the Balenciaga top? I can, right, let's dive in there then. Oh, hang on, we've got to get around there. Patrick, Martin Brundle, Formula One television in England. Yeah, I don't think you can hear me up there. Patrick, how are you? Good to see you on the grid here. What do you think of this atmosphere?
This is crazy. I've never been to an F1 race. This is spectacular.
It's amazing to be alive right in the middle of the competitors just before the race starts.
Yeah, now you can see they're locked in. It reminds me of myself. The real focus.
Okay, it's not Patrick. That's why he ignored me in the beginning. But what is your name, sir?
Paulo Banchero.
Right, okay. Well, I thought I was talking to somebody else. So I'm sorry about that.
So, you see, obviously, and listen, it was just a disaster with everything, with Megan Thee Stallion, all this and that. Sky Sports. Let me give you, let me walk you through how you do this, okay? You got plenty of money. You have a budget, okay? You have 2 or 3 people out there getting interviews. Martin can handle the drivers. You don't put an old fart in the middle of that thing because he doesn't know Megan Thee Stallion. He doesn't know Mahomes. He doesn't know Dwayne Wade or Gabrielle or any of the rappers or DJs or actors or actresses or what you do is, I'll give you a couple examples. You get a Maria Menounos. You get a Mario Lopez. You get an Angela Ye from the Breakfast Club. You get a Nancy O'Dell. You get a Michelle Bazer. Is that her name? The one from Monday Night Countdown. Get people that actually know entertainment. Get people that know sports. Get entertainment people that are there so they can maximize those interviews, even though they're all fluff and BS anyway. But, I listen, I get it, because I had the F1 honks all over me on Twitter. Well, Martin's a legend. Bro, I don't give a crap about that he's a legend. He's an old fart. He knows F1. That's it. I get it. Train wrecks. We love them. So you put him out there, and it was great to watch because he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But if you really want to maximize it, then get people that on the fly know these things about them right away, and they can make conversation. But get entertainment people there with Martin. So you have a couple cameras, a couple of reporters, and then you have a couple of producers eyeing everything. And then you can coordinate all of that. But you put the old man, don't put people in a place where they don't belong. And Martin did not belong there because he doesn't know jack crap. He only knows Formula One. So I'm just saying, it's just, it was fun because it was such a train wreck. And I get how we are in this world. We love train wrecks. But if you really wanted to maximize it, get the right people to do it that can actually have conversations and get something out of it, if you can. This just looked like an old man that nobody knew, by the way. It may be Beckham was the only one because he's English. But Megan Thee Stallion doesn't know who the hell he is. Neither did Paolo, and neither would Patrick Mahomes, and neither would Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle, and neither would DJ Khaled or any of the other people that were there. He wouldn't know. They wouldn't know him. He's a legend in F1 circles. But most of those celebrities, they don't follow F1, so they don't know any of that. So it was fun, but it was done completely wrong on Sky Sports' part. Next time, plan it better. Listen, it was the first race, right? We had drivers complaining about the track and this and that. Whatever, dude. They did a great job. It was awesome. Congratulations to Tom Garfinkel and Stephen Ross. Man, they did an awesome job. And that event is only going to get bigger and better every year because that's what they'll do. But that was a disaster. But you put an old geezer in South Florida as a fish out of water is what you did right there. They get Pat McAfee and I'd watch. That would be fun. Oh, serious question. Do you believe there is a South Florida hate in our national media for Tua to the Canes, to the Heat, getting no love in the regular season? Does that seem some validity to it? The Canes, yes. Tua, yes. Not the Heat. No. People respect the Heat. The Canes, there's a bias. There's always been a bias versus the Canes. And the Tua one, I can't explain. I don't even get anything on the Tua side. Can you talk about buying the dip again? That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, bro. Dip on ApeCoin, dip on Avalanche, dip on Bitcoin, dip on Ethereum, dip on Polygon, dip on Cardano. Oh, my God. It has been heaven the last couple of days. I love it. Oh, so good. So good. Been the last 5 months have been just gifts of the good Lord is the way I'm going to look at it. That's how I'm going to look at it. Just absolute gifts of the good Lord. I get it, Chuck E. Cheese. You don't know shit, and you just look at the dip and you think, oh my God, the world's coming to an end and whatever. That's fine. But I am loving this, bro. This is where you make your money. These are the moments. You take advantage, you hodl, you hold. A couple years from now, you're laughing your ass off. But you got to be able to hold. If you have soft hands, people like you, Chuck E. Cheese, you could not do this because you'd fold like a cheap tent. Can't do it. You got to be tough in investments. And when you have conviction and you're on the right investments, you see it all the way through. And it'll become just heaven when it's all said and done. So those of you taking advantage of these dips over the last 5 months, and now this one here, this is a nice little special dip here. We had one like this a couple of months ago, and then we had another one like this in the summer. And those dips were amazing opportunities. So it's all up to you all. I know what I'm doing. Not a financial advisor, just a guy that loves crypto. And boy, I'm loving that Polygon dip. Loving that ADA dip. Whew. Staking. Oh, God. Doesn't get better than that, baby. Buy low, sell high, simple concept, yet so few do it. Shaking my head. I'm with you, Brett. I'm with you. That's the beauty of what's going on now. It sucks. It's sad. Really, it's sad because, we've got all these rate hikes going on. 0.5 point, another 0.5 point coming next month, another 0.5 point coming. So obviously we got the war. We got all kinds of stuff that's just making things kind of weary. And that's why there's blood on the streets. And this is when you take advantage the most. Now, again, as I've told you, like some guy asked me yesterday, so, what do you invest in these dips? I said, whatever you can afford. There's no set number. As I tell you, you invest money that you can allow to sit there. If you need it for bills, then that's not an investment. You cannot invest any money that you need right away. You have to invest money that you don't need for a while. And then you wait and let it grow. So I'm loving it, man. It's what's gone on the last couple of days has been a buying frenzy for me, man. Where do you see Polygon long term? Oh, dude, $10, $15. Easy. Yeah. Easy, $10-15. Polygon's going to be a freaking monster with everything going on. So, yeah. Love it. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Exactly. And that's the sad part right now. You have a lot of people panicking and they're folding, and then that creates opportunities for those of us that are going to be patient and hold steady. You know, that's the sad part, that right now there are people getting wrecked badly, and they're selling and they bought it high, and then now you got all these rich people that they're coming in and they're going to buy all this stuff low, and they're the ones that's how they kill it in the stock market. They're going to do the same thing here. But those of us that are not strong enough and believe the FUD and everything that's going on out there and fall for it are the ones that end up losing their entire life savings and, all kinds of stuff. And it's sad. It's just sad. I just wish people would understand that when you invest, it's something that it's a long-term, it's a macro thing, not a micro thing. If you live it from week to week or month to month, you will drive yourself crazy. Now, if you're looking at it for a couple of years down the line, you're going to be fine. That's the key. Big O is going to be super shocked when he's not rich off of crypto. Well, I don't have the kind of money to get rich from crypto, my man. Andy, you say a lot of stupid shit, bro. You say a lot of stupid shit, bro. Seriously. You're like this far. Ask everybody else what that means. You're there. You're pretty close, bro. You're pretty close. Yeah. Where do you see you got to know? No, I read that one. I've been holding since 2017 and I'm not negative, but Big O will say I'm lying. Well, if you've been holding since 17, then you know the dip is beautiful right now. If it's true that you're holding. If it's true. What, in your opinion, are the top 5 cryptocurrencies to invest in, Big O? Bitcoin, number 1. Damn. Will you disagree? Bitcoin 1, Ethereum 2, Polygon, Avalanche, Polkadot. I mean, I love Cardano. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge Cardano guy. I love what's it called? Kusama. Also, I think Kusama is going to be a freaking monster. Right now, there's a great buy in ApeCoin right now. There's some really good coins. You want to be involved in the metaverse. Decentraland right now has become a really good bargain right now that you can, dip into. Jensen says ADA. I love Cardano. And right now, Cardano's in the 60s right now in the sense. 66, 67. It's ridiculous to buy and stake it so you can get more interest too from it. Kentucky-born Florida-born Kentucky grown says, you have encouraged me to invest. I've been debating and I'm coming into some money. Well, now's the time. Now's the time. Crypto is the future money. I have some and I'm picking up a little here and a little there. That's what you do. A little here, a little there. That way you put yourself in a better position down the line, unlike some idiots that think that we're investing so we can make millions down the line. Like we have that kind of money. No. Just bought some more Crow and Polly. There you go. Crow is also very cheap right now, too. Although I didn't like what they did to their people that stake. They changed the rates, and I know that a lot of people ended up, kind of revolting on that, and they deserved it. You want great staking rates? Go to OKCoin. Look, I'm going to look at it right now. Give you the live feed right now for the OKCoin. 17% for Terra USD, 16.4% for Cosmos, 10.2% for Polkadot, 10% for Avalanche. It's one of my favorites. Avalanche. I freaking love Avalanche. And right now, Avalanche is at a bargain at 47.87. Okay. Polygon 7.34%. Tron, I'm not a big Tron guy, but 6.1. Solana 5.2. I don't have any Solana. I know a lot of people like Solana, and Solana's good. The only thing I don't like about Solana is if you're decentralized, why are your nodes not? So you're controlling. That's the part I don't like. It's not decentralized. So that's a problem. Cardano right now is at 258. So there you go. All right, let's talk a little football and a little F1. Marcel Louis-Jacques next.
Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis-Jacques.
All righty. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
I'm tired, man. I'm tired. You know, I had a great time this weekend, but that's a lot of time in the sun, man. I'm not built like that anymore.
I heard it's a pain in the ass. You got to park like a mile away, and then they bus you over, and then you're kind of like stuck in there for a while and all that kind of stuff, right?
It's like, yeah, I parked like the media parking. It was always packed by the time I got there. And maybe that's my fault. I was not personally willing to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Just not really my style, but you did have to park kind of a ways down. Maybe it would be easier if there were multiple entryways from ways to access the autodrome from the parking lot to the actual campus, more bridges, but it was really one centralized bridge. It wasn't so bad like once you got in, and I appreciate the on-site parking, because as I left every day, I was watching a lot of fans walk, down past the casino trying to park, or deep into Miami Gardens having parked at random lots. So I appreciate where it was located, but it's year one. I think there's a few things that they'll go to the drawing board and say, all right, we can tighten up here. We could do this or that better.
Oh, they'll be fine, bro. That was a great event for the first go around. Of course, things aren't going to be perfect, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah, it was fine. I think there's some track concerns from the drivers, some grip concerns, some loose gravel, loose stones. But other than that, it was a quintessentially Miami experience.
It looked awesome, bro. It looked awesome. I watched all the pre-race stuff and watched the race. I had it on one of the tubes, and I thought it was I was impressed, man. I thought Garfinkel and company did a marvelous job with it, and I'm sure that they'll make it even bigger and better next year, and they'll get the kinks out. Of course, it's your first time around. You're not going to be perfect, but considering everything that was in play, I thought they did a really, really good job. Outside of Martin Brundle, who doesn't, that was like, that was a disaster. I was talking about this, right? And I said, get me Angela Ye from the Breakfast Club. Get me Mario Lopez. Get me, Michelle Beisner or somebody. Get me Maria Menounos, But let the old man interview the F1 drivers because it's what he knows. But get people that are hip and that understand entertainment, sports, and social media, and they'll be able to get more out of those interviews. Now, it ended up becoming great because it was such a train wreck that the old man didn't know anything outside of F1. So, yeah, but I mean, if you get me Angela from the Breakfast Club, she would have been hip enough to understand everybody, know everybody, and get something out of some of these interviews. Like if she gets to Serena, she's going to get more out of Serena than Martin will ever get out of. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Probably, but I mean, it was Sky Sports, I believe. That was the Sky Sports.
Spend a little money, get a couple of entertainment people, hire them for the week. Give me a break.
I don't know if they're used to. I don't know if they're used to this level of celebrity. First of all, attending a race, from what I was told and what I was hearing, it was unlike any other F1 circuit, F1 race. That as far as the paddock itself was a lot narrower than it usually is, and a lot more crowded than it usually is. But and then just like I said, the level of celebrity. I mean, shoot, man, I had paddock access. I just stood in one place. And in a 3-minute span, Tony Parker walked out behind me to zero fanfare. Venus and Serena walk out the door, down the stairs, and to some other garage to zero fanfare. Then in a row, it was Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, Paolo Banchero, and Travis Kelce together. DJ Khaled walks out of the stadium with Jameson Iris and their entourage. It was just like and that was one space. That's not counting Tom Brady or Michael Jordan or Pharrell or Jay Diggs or, I mean, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. This was just unlike anything that they've seen because it's new and it's Miami. So, I think that everybody's going to kind of observe what this event was this year and say, okay, this is what we're prepared for. This is what we could do better. This is what we need to take advantage of in the 9 races to come and maybe more, if that agreement gets extended past the 10-year agreement.
By the way, you need to reach out to Sky Sports right from that, reeling off all those names. You were better than Martin. See, you would have at least recognized, because he just sees a tall, light-skinned brother and he goes, "Oh, that must be Pat Mahomes. Let's go." And it's like the dude's 6'9". It's like the first round pick Paolo from Duke.
I'm not gonna say in his.
Don't you know that Pat Mahomes is not 6'9", dude? Come on.
I would say, well, Pat Mahomes was there. At least Pat Mahomes was there. He was a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger than I thought. I'd never seen him in person before. He's a lot bigger than I thought. But it was funny. I was walking back into the media center, and I passed by Paolo and Kelce again. And this time I got Kelsey's attention. I was like, "Hey, man, is that Pat Mahomes?" And he looked at me like I was crazy for a second. But then I started laughing. He starts dying, like, "Oh, bro, chill out. They got his ass on TV." Like he thought it was hilarious. Like I think it's I don't think anybody took offense to it or anything.
Oh, no. Everybody enjoyed the train wreck, dude. Everybody loved the train wreck with the old man because the old man
he just didn't care. He was like, whatever.
He's to the wolves, and the poor guy doesn't really. And by the way, his producers also suck because it's his producers that were kind of leading him to. Oh no, Pat Mahomes, that might be him over there. That's somebody in his ear too because he doesn't know any better. So the producers were also terrible too for Sky Sports.
If the NFL would just send the Chiefs overseas, man, we wouldn't have these problems. They're holding all the best teams out. They're holding the premier teams and quarterbacks out.
That's what they do. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Your premier team. You've got the luxury of not having to travel to damn Europe if you're a premier team. That's kind of so we rip off London and we give them the worst games. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Do they know what Blake Bortles looks like though? I bet you they know what Trevor Lawrence looks like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Jags have become their inherent team, which I mean, really, seriously, that if I'm London, if I'm England, I would actually like break off any kind of relations with our country. I mean, we would become enemies and things like that. I mean, that's really what England should do. They should declare war on us for giving them the Jags. Really, seriously. I mean, they should bomb the crap out of us just for giving them the Jags every year. That's a declaration of war right there, basically.
I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be the other way around if they sent a Premier League if they had a Premier League match in America every year, a real one, not like this. I think Chelsea and Arsenal are coming in July, where the stars probably won't play, and it'll be kind of a fanfare and a show. But like, I wonder what it would look like if they set,
here's my problem with that
level team. What it would be like, Brumley and Aston Villa, or Brumley and I don't know.
Problem. No, here's the problem with that. That doesn't fly, because their worst team in the Premiership is 1,000 times better than any team in the MLS. So it just doesn't fly, because it's still upgraded soccer to what we have here. So it has to be more to the point.
The Jags are better than whatever American football they play in England. I don't know if there is an organized league.
No. Who's despised in England that they don't like the Canadians don't want Justin Bieber. Cubans don't want Jose Canseco. The African American community, who you kicking out? Come on, kick out somebody. There's somebody. Come on. Gotta be somebody you're kicking out. Who you kicking out?
I'm not doing that, but I don't know who London.
Why not? Well, that's the equivalent. Whoever is hated in London or just thought of try, they're giving him to us now. It's something like it. It's like if Canadians said to us, "Hey, Bieber now is yours. He's American." Forget about it, dude. We got to blow Canada off out of the map. It's over. All right, I'll tell you for a fact, the Cuban community wants nothing to do with Jose Canseco. We have dumped him. Get rid of him. Okay?
I think Canada would take. I think Canada would take Justin Bieber right now. I'm not gonna lie. The man got hits. A lot of them. Let's see. Watford versus Norwich. There we go. Thank you, Fins Nation UK. Your time to shine, baby.
Yeah, but that's still better than the MLS. Watford and Norwich would win the MLS title. See what I'm saying?
Sure they would.
Okay, so Fins Nation UK Club, give me the most despicable English person, band, something that you would want to get rid of, and you give it to us. Because that's the equivalent of the Jags. Or Jose Canseco.
And now we wait with bated breath.
So there's nobody in the African community you're dumping. Seriously.
I'm just not going to tell you. You're not going to get me caught up. No, sir. Not me.
I'm trying to think of who the African community would want to dump. Oh, OJ. Boom. Bam. There you
I'm
go.
neither going to confirm or deny that. I am not. He said Manchester United.
Come on, you're dumping OJ. You know you're dumping OJ.
I am not commenting on OJ said. Oh, he did. Somebody said Jason Whitlock. I personally don't like Jason Whitlock, so that's hard.
Jason Whitlock
I have. This is not me speaking on behalf of anybody. I have personal beef with Jason Whitlock, so I would get rid of him as a reporter.
He uses race like a toy. Is the only thing I don't like about him at times. It's
just look at his resume over the past 5 years, and that's really what you see.
Yeah. I'm not a Whitlock. Ooh, Bill Cosby. That's a good one. Come
not commenting on that, but I will. I can talk for about 30 minutes on how much I don't like Jason Whitlock, but no.
You're not dumping Bill Cosby?
I love my ESPN job.
Cosby.
I love my ESPN. See this condo behind me? I like living here. Oh, I like living here a lot.
Does Bill Cosby own the damn building or something?
He does not own the building, but like Kevin said, I like my ESPN job. I might even love it.
That's a good.
I might even love my ESPN job. How about those Dolphins?
By the way, for the Cuban nation out there, what's the other Cuban besides Jose we're dumping? It's got to be another one. I don't know, but Jose for sure. I can tell you that. You don't have the guts to at least dump somebody off the boat.
Nope.
There's got to be somebody that's gator
absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Like I'm going through the swamp and we see 8 gators. I'm throwing Jose Canseco over and just continuing. And no
I just
problem.
I gave you an insight to my personal life. I told you I don't like Jason Whitlock.
If those gators eat up Jose Canseco, don't those gators all of a sudden like become like mutants, and they, because of all the things that are inside Jose Canseco, that all those chemicals that may end up Yeah, that may screw up those gators. And we may have to deal with those giant gators now, and they start growing into like.
I think they've been around for gators have been around for like a million years. I think their stomachs are pretty straight. They're pretty ironclad there.
I love the guy that throws out Fidel Castro. Bro, come on. I mean, let's get realistic now, okay? Let's not. Obviously, we're talking about like normal people that we would dump. Obviously, Fidel is, come on, bro. Use your brain. I mean, Fidel Castro. Really? All right. Do we have any Dolphin news to talk about this week? Because I don't know anything to ask you about the Dolphins this week.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think they came out with the hardest little video of 2022. That group of them at F1, Teron Armstead, Christian Wilkins, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle, Mike McDaniel somewhere in the middle of it. I thought it was tough as hell. I couldn't stop watching it. It's the cinematography, it's the fits, it's the slow-mo feel to it. It's not even slow-mo. They're just walking slow. But the funny thing was, they were walking through the paddock, and nobody knows who they were. They were hanging out with each other. Like, I'm sure when they get out of the paddock, you got to remember, the paddock, that's like $11,000 a seat. These are rich people. So, like, they don't know. They don't care. I bet you they get out into the campus, they get out in the grandstand, it would be this whole thing. So, but it was just funny to see, these guys who in their own bubble would be swarmed with people just kind of like going unnoticed. And so, I love the experience, man. It was cool. But no, we got rookie camp coming up this week. So the 4 drafted guys, the UDFAs, we're going to get a little bit of access on the 13th and 14th. I believe that's Thursday and Friday. So, I don't know how much we'll be able to report quite yet. We're still getting we're still getting the media rules for the offseason. But it'll at least be a good opportunity to see Channing Tittle run, to see Eric Ezukama, how crisp his route running is, and how much he meshes with McDaniel's early system. We'll see Skylar Thompson and see, was he worth that 7th round pick? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning kind of towards it being a waste, although a minimal waste at that. It's a 7th rounder at the end of the day. But it's just I want to see these guys on the field, and it's our first football action that we'll get access to since January 9th, January 8th or 9th, the last game of the season. So just an opportunity to be there and watch football. I'm happy.
Let me walk you through something, just so you'll maybe look at it in a different perspective on the quarterback thing. It's a 7th round pick, right? So the 7th round pick, there's no difference between 6th and 7th round and undrafted free agents. They're pretty much the same. But the difference is that you'll control this guy for a few years because you drafted him. And so just in case you did find some kind of a diamond in the rough, your controlling part of it is a little bit better than it would be as an undrafted free agent. So instead you say, well, some of the guys they did get as undrafted free agents, they probably were looking at those guys in the 7th round and said, well, you know what, if this kid has upside to be a backup quarterback, then it's worth it so we can control him contract wise with that 7th round selection as
I get the science.
That's the only reason why I think, they switched Skylar for something else that they signed that went undrafted. You know what I'm saying? No big deal.
We'll see if I don't know. We'll see if he's there. We'll see what his arm is like. I wasn't super impressed with him at K-State, but we'll see. And I really don't. And speaking of waste of picks, I'm not ready to call Eric Ezukama a waste of a pick, but that was it was like a hedonistic pick. It was like luxury.
That one's more realistic. I can understand your doubt on it and all that stuff. On a 7th rounder, bro, you're thinking way too much. I said minimal waste. I said might be a waste of a pick, but a minimal waste at that. Like you threw away like the last crumb of your burrito, or you threw away a little bit of water in a water bottle. Like it's not like you're wasting an entire asset here. It just was like like you tossed that. Like I don't think anybody's gonna freak out here. But the Ezukama pick, like you said, the Ezukama pick, that is a more a pick that we should be more critical of. But I want to see first. I don't want to,
start the kid's career off by hating on him. Like, get a chance.
No. I get, but I get why you would.
But that pick could have been used on an offensive lineman. It could have been used for, in a more efficient way. But you can't ever have too many receivers. So if he could play, then I'm sure he'll find a spot.
Yeah, those are all legitimate arguments on your part. The 7th rounder, I think it's silly. I'm not going to worry about a 7th rounder. If they actually hit on the kid, then it was smart for them to draft him and not sign him undrafted. So I totally get that. But the Ezukama one, that's a kid that obviously there's a vision that they have for him. And so the question is, does the piece land right perfectly in the puzzle that they're looking at? Because clearly he's going to do some of those things that Debo did. That's what they're going to use him for.
We'll see. He's just he's a lot bigger. I don't think he's quite the athlete, quite as shifty as Debo Samuel. So if they put him in that role, then they put him in that role. But you got to see if he can play first. We'll get the opportunity to at least a little bit later on this week. You don't want to put a whole lot of stock into rookie camp.
Remember, it's not that role. It's just a piece of that role, because I believe 6 or 7 guys will have a piece of that Debo Samuel role. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But
I think that's a guy that can do a little Debo and a little Parker. I think that's the way they're looking at it. Okay, we'll get rid of Parker. We can get this guy. He's cheaper. He can do a little bit of what Parker does, but he can also help us in the run game and other things like that because he brings that to the table. So I kind of think that's the way they're looking at it. That's just me.
Like I was saying, I don't want to put a whole way of stock into rookie camp. To be honest, I mean, this is my, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, going to be my 5th NFL season. It's my 4th NFL offseason. I've only gotten to see one rookie camp because of COVID the past couple seasons. There hasn't really been media access to it. But so the one rookie camp I saw, I could tell you that Brian Burns looked great and Will Grier looked horrible. And both of those ended up being true. But, I think that those are exceptions, rather than the norm. Those are outliers. So we'll have a little bit of an idea of where the base level is, but, it's not like the end all be all. But it's either way, like I said, it's just exciting to see some football. So we'll get to see that coming up.
Love it. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel Louis-Jacques so you can get the edge on the Miami Dolphins, and go to myedgedrink.com so you can order the finest energy drink on the planet. 0. I'm talking about 0 aftertaste, okay? Not only is it delicious and smooth, 0 aftertaste, which will freak you out, and 78 calories also, which is a joke. myedgedrink.com and get 10% off when you use the code Big O. Marcel, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up later on in the week, my friend.
Absolutely. Real quick, I see Jay Rodriguez in the comments. That's not what I said. I said Brian Burns was great and Will Grier was horrible. But you have a good rest of the day, man. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity to clarify.
That's consistent right there. They never really listen to what the host is actually saying. So that's consistent right there. So it's a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, beautiful day. I'm going to go enjoy it outside. Take my dog out. I know he's waiting.
There you go. Be good. There you go. And Marcel's a great man because he's a dog guy. Dog people are always good people, man. Is 0 even a number? Yeah, it's a number. Big O, I have a feeling Brady will be our QB in 23. Okay, well then hang out and wait for Brady. I've been preaching, Pat in Nashville says, for this for years. Draft a QB every year until you hit big every year. Yep. No, and even when you have a QB, you should still draft a QB every couple of years. Always. Even if you have a stud. Doesn't matter. Always draft QBs. Let's see. What else do we have here? R. Kelly was a good choice by you guys. That was weak on, I got to say, it's Marcel. That's weak. Because we all have somebody we're going to kick off. All of us. Right? There's an entertainer, celebrity, artist, social media, somebody that's annoyance to your culture. We all have it, bro. But I can't come up with another Cuban outside of Canseco. Fidel doesn't count. Don't be ridiculous. We're talking about normal people, not dictators. We know where Putin and Hitler and Fidel and Kim Jong-un and, any of these scumbags where they belong. We know that. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, Canadians will kick out Justin Bieber. Just saying. Marcel can't jeopardize his ESPN job. I don't think that he does work for corporate, but I don't think it puts you at risk saying, yeah, no, I'm kicking Bill Cosby out of the brother nation. Right? I'm kicking Canseco out of the Cuban nation. Can't think of another one. There's got to be another one. There's got to be another Cuban that's been like really, really embarrassing. Who is it outside of Canseco? It's got to be one more. You guys got to help me with this. It's got to be one more that we kick right off. Damn it. I don't know why. Alex Rodriguez. I don't know if the Dominicans want to dump him. I mean, he's a clown, but Masvidal. Is he that bad? Nah, I wouldn't put Masvidal on that list. Nah, at least I wouldn't. Some of you want to do it. Go ahead. Bitcoin is not getting destroyed, T-Bone. Bitcoin is beautiful right now. It's destroyed for you, buddy, not for me. It's awesome right now. I am loving what I'm seeing right now. Oh. Great opportunities. I live in Buffalo, and I want the Dolphins here in week 1. With no film on this new offense, we could catch them off guard, and we can also get the game out of the way. If we lose, oh well. If we win, I kind of like that thinking, Michael. That's pretty cool. Smart, early season, new offense. You might get them guessing a little bit. I like that idea, dude. That makes a lot of sense. Gloria Estefan, dude. Why? She's fantastic, Pat. She represents our culture very well, dude. I would never do that to Desi Arnaz. What's wrong with him? I'm talking about like Canseco's like scum. Like this guy like ratted on people, wrote an entire book, and he's been, arrested, done all kinds of stuff. Come on. Yeah. No. Levon, what's wrong with Levon? I don't think you guys are understanding this whole thing. This game, you're not understanding this game. What, Masvidal? Wow. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't put Masvidal on there. Did you already weigh? No, I did not. I didn't see the Canelo fight, so I can't weigh in on it. I'd love to, but I did not see the fight, so I'd be lying to you. I did not see him lose, so I cannot comment on it. I'm going to try to catch it today or tomorrow, record it and check it out, but I did not see the fight, so I don't even know. I'd be lying to you, bro. Sorry. Let's see. Florida, Kentucky, Jets game 1 as tune in, then the Bills. Whatever. Either way. Do you have a segment where you guys talk Marlins? We will. It's coming. Patience. We'll get it done. What else do we have here? Oh, by the way, did you see this? The Dallas mayor, Eric Johnson, my voice is already running out. I gotta wrap this up. Wants Dallas to get an expansion team in the NFL. How crazy is that? Now, for those of you that I'm sure, most of you don't even remember this, won't know about it or whatever. Those of you that are old enough, you'll know about it. But the Kansas City Chiefs were the Dallas Texans, part of the AFL. And they were there in the same city with the Dallas Cowboys. And so Lamar Hunt knew in order for the league and for his team to grow, he had to move from Dallas to Kansas City right when they won the championship. They won the championship in Dallas. They were the better team in Dallas at that time. Tom Landry wasn't winning anything. He was getting his ass handed to him. By the way, in today's football, we would have never found out about Tom Landry. Never. He would have been fired. Look at his first years. He would have been fired. Back then, they gave you time to grow. So Landry obviously became a monster and a legend. But at that moment, Hank Stram and the Kansas City Chiefs or the Dallas Texans were the better team. Okay? The NFL was the better league, but the AFL had the better team in that town, and he left. So it's interesting that, 50 years later, 60 years later, or whatever it is, it's in the 60s. So, yeah, about 50-something years later, 55, 56 years later, now Dallas wants to add a second NFL team. That's some crazy stuff right there. Here's what the Dallas mayor said about this. He says, we're about to pass Chicago Metro and become the third metro in the U.S., which would make us the largest U.S. metro without two teams. Football is king here. Dallas needs an expansion team, and we would be able to sustain two. So if a deal can be made that benefits the NFL, the owners, and the city of Dallas, and possibly the Cowboys, it's a no-brainer. But here's the rub. If it benefits all of the stakeholders I just mentioned, except Jerry Jones, does that mean a deal shouldn't happen? I'm not so sure. It's not my job as mayor to ask these type of questions where my city and residents stand to benefit. I'm both a sports fan and a lover of Dallas. If LA and New York can both support NFC and AFC teams, then Dallas, the capital of football, surely can. What do you do? I don't think Jerry Jones would want another team in there. He thinks Jerry Jones owns the crown jewel of the NFL. I don't think the Lakers or Yankees are bothered by the existence of the Clippers, Mets. Cowboys are a stronger brand with more of a global fan base than either of these two. You're underestimating Jerry Jones in Dallas. I think he's underestimating Jerry the businessman. And Jerry the businessman would rather be the only show in town because his Cowboys constantly fall short. What did I just tell you? The Kansas City Chiefs, formerly the Dallas Texans, left Dallas as the better team. What would happen if you have an expansion team and they're better at the Cowboys and results? People change allegiance. Fan bases, younger fans, you start to win them over. Jerry's not going to open himself up to that. I don't think he'll allow it. I don't think he would want it. The owner can talk all he wants, but it's still a risk because the Cowboys are incompetent. They've never been competent since Jimmy Johnson. They have all the hype, and they never live up to it. And they fail every time. The last thing Jerry Jones would want is an owner that would come in and actually be better. That would embarrass the Cowboys. And they would lose a stranglehold eventually. So I disagree with that mayor, Mr. Eric Johnson. I think Jerry Jones would want no part of another team in Dallas. If they were like the Yankees and they were winning a lot and even winning although the Yankees aren't anything lately, really. Let's be honest now. Now that I think about it, the old Yankees with George Steinbrenner, not these Yankees. Nobody fears these Yankees. Not under this ownership group. They don't do anything. They don't go to the extremes. So the old Yankees. Okay, but they're not. The Cowboys aren't the old Yankees. So they can't do it. It is what it is. Once South Florida is underwater, maybe the Dolphins can move their franchise to Texas. There you go. There you go. All right, let's wrap it up. We thank Anthony Chiang, Alan Poupart, and Marcel Louis-Jacques. Of course, we thank Sean Stanley, mastering it all. I got to go. I've done a lot today, and my voice is out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a good one.